Welcome back to Steam-Powered Scoundrels, a Malifaux podcast. Episode 68. This episode is called Pool Noodles. As long as you don't scream or moan very loudly, you'll be fine.
That would require him to not be excited.
I mean, we're talking about Guild and Neverborn, so...
That's fair.
Oh. Oof.
I'm sorry, the purple faction does not excite me that much.
But Nate, it's the only
I love
model
the
that
models.
can be... Yeah, they're the only models that can be taken in by you for at least the next, 3 months.
3? Oh, you're so generous.
I said at least. I'm trying to be helpful here.
I feel betrayed.
I want the frogs.
No offense. No offense to Neverborn, but, again, it's not a faction I'm excited to play. They look great.
Sit here and I stand up for them. Those little fucking gremlins.
I never said...
I'm excited for Neverborn.
We all should be.
I mean, Neverborn are native to Malifaux, so they're like Gremlin Light.
There's
I think it's...
at least 2 of them that are hot.
Yeah, the tree, right?
Some good wood.
It's some nice wood.
Welcome back to Steam-Powered Scoundrels. I'm your host, Douglas Scoundrels. With me are the same gents from the last one, plus one. Now, why don't you introduce yourself? It's been a while. It's you, Eli. Go.
Oh, it's me. Hi, I'm Eli. You didn't give a name. You just said...
Yeah, he just said the one who wasn't with us last time.
All right, I just woke up. I was like, oh, you know what? They never start before 8 p.m. I'll be fine waking up at 7. I wake up to a text saying, we'll start at 7.
And then I said 7:15. Well, corrected because we were going to be late. It's fine.
Yes, you said that at 3:40 something.
I respect the hustle.
The time that all night shifters are awake, 3:40 p.m.
What?
He's saying he was sleeping.
Oh, when I said 7 CST. Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, we're glad that our resident cryptid is here for the Neverborn Day. We missed him.
We missed you, Eli.
No thanks.
We're going to go over Guild first so you can take a nap or something. I don't know.
He's got to at least, wake up for the Smasher Pass time.
Yeah, we'll just
Gotta.
buzz you in or something.
A neuron in my head went off and said, wait, Lucius is in Guild? And I'm like, wait, no, his models are purple this time.
Yeah, okay, so, yeah, for some reason, if you didn't see the one before this, we're going over all the cards in the new book, Ashes of Malifaux. This time we're going to be covering the Guild and the Neverborn. And then I don't even have the order for the next one. I'd probably figure that out. But we'll just be going down. We'll go over the cards, go over just a little bit of everything, I think. Not just mechanics, but a little bit of fluff. And obviously the all-important question at the end of each model, smash or pass. Are you all ready?
Absolutely.
I'm so ready.
I need to stretch first.
Yes.
What?
I need to stretch first.
Oh, go stretch.
Sound good.
We'll wait. We'll watch and wait.
Go stretch, girl.
There it is.
All right, I'm stretched. We're good.
Starting with exciting news. Oh, you've probably heard me scream about this on some sort of media thing, and if you haven't, we finally have a canonically gay couple in Malifaux.
Yay!
Also, they're married.
Yeah, gay and married.
Yeah, also, yes, garried.
Garried, if you will.
Our second married couple ever.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, I'm right.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. I was just thinking real hard because I felt like, wait, no, she's dead. Never mind. I'm not going to tell you who I was thinking of.
I can guess.
Yeah, Avel Ortega and Domingo Montoya. But we'll go ahead and go over Avel first. Don't know if I'm butchering that name. First up, I gotta say, this man does not look like he's supposed to fit on a 30mm base.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have that wide stance.
He is spreaded.
That's a wide stance, my guy.
That is at minimum gonna take the full 30mm.
Yeah.
He will be
Gonna be on the edge.
rim to rim.
And then the poncho's going to be flipping off to the side gloriously.
He's got that Parker Barrows poncho.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be awesome.
Okay, what can we say about Abel, but Fluff, he's married to Domingo.
Mm-hmm.
They're in love.
He's an Ortega.
They addressed it as like, hey, usually happy shit doesn't happen in Malifaux, so weddings aren't really our thing. I feel like this is Weird's confession here. Yeah.
He's a musician.
He's a musician.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Musicians. Right, this is the Cavalier and family keyword. God, we suck at this.
Yeah, that's important.
Living Enforcer, Cavalier and family keyword, 7 cost, and 6.552, fairly average with a slightly nicer defense.
Yep.
And he's got bravado, hard to kill, heat of battle, typical family and Cavalier stuff. Partners in crime is something I did not realize we didn't have in the game.
Yeah.
All right. I could have I read it and I was like, that should have been in the game by now.
Yeah, it's definitely a phrase you would expect.
So this is at the start of the model's activation. Another friendly model within 6 inches may move up to 3 inches. If the moved model is a Domingo Montoya, that model gains shielded +2.
Mm-hmm.
So partner in crime specifies another model. And surprisingly enough, Domingo has the same thing, but for Abel. So considering their cost 7, I feel like it's reasonable that you're probably going to be bringing both of them most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Also, technically, Partners in Crime did exist before this book, because Koji has it.
Yeah. Okay.
My brain just shut off. Who's Koji?
The Henshin, the Thunders.
Oh, yeah, with the
box.
cat.
Unnecessarily hot guy.
There it is. Okay. And also, I wanted to kind of point out with this is that, and also this also saves us a little bit of time. Their front of cards are basically the same.
Mm-hmm.
They have the exact same 4 abilities, naming each other for their partners in crime. And the only difference is Avel has 6 defense, 5 willpower, and Domingo has 5 defense, 6 willpower. So they rhyme.
Oh, it's Avel?
That's my guess. I'm not sure. Avel, Avel. I'm not sure. My brain goes to Avel.
That's a nice. Not only do they have the swapped defense and willpower, but Avel. I do like Avel better. Avel targets defense, and Domingo targets willpower.
Yep. They have a nice kind of rhyming kind of setup.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Maracanada.
I love this.
Mm-hmm.
I love this so fucking much. It's effectively just a grenade, and you see both of them carrying at least one. I would like to think that Domingo has more than one on him somewhere, possibly on his belt in the back. But it's
Domingo's
a stick.
Just used one.
It's a stick grenade that's a maraca.
Yep.
Specifically,
whoever came up with that.
Yeah, specifically like a Day of the Dead candy skull looking maraca.
And they have the same trigger on, or not the same trigger, but they both have a tome trigger on that lets the other character take that same action. So just 4 grenades a turn, potentially.
Whee!
Oh, good lord, yeah.
Yeah, because Avel has That's Our Song, and Domingo has My Favorite Melody, and that's just the other character throws a Machinata.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Yeah,
Grenade bombardment.
So good.
I love these two. They're just great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, if there was anything that was going to get me to go back to Guild, it's these two.
Mm-hmm.
How else do you show romance in your game other than they both get to throw grenades?
They both love chucking grenades together.
Yeah. It's really the best date, honestly.
Right. Oh man, I'm not on the ball tonight. I apologize. He's whacking people with a guitar case he doesn't have on his model, so lose points.
He's got a
there.
guitar though.
Yeah.
He also has a gun action that he doesn't actually. At least we can't see a gun on him.
I am assuming that is like dynamite.
The
It's
Black Powder Blues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Which he also doesn't have on him, but it's probably easier to conceal dynamite.
It's in the guitar.
Yeah.
It's in the guitar.
Inside the guitar.
Okay, hear me out. Given that he is either holding like a wick that is like parallel to his guitar neck, or he is playing so fast there is literal fire on his guitar, I think he is literally just playing music and it is projected at people and explodes.
Guitar flamethrower.
Yeah.
Or guitar
Considering
flamethrower.
The attack is called Black Powder Blues, which A+ on the name. I love that. Put it on a lot more models.
You know what? Actually,
It's just
yeah.
Roman likes things related to the blues.
What?
So
No way.
I'm getting heavy El Mariachi Mexico trilogy vibes from these two. So I am thinking that, like, the guitar is actually shooting some sort of explosive here.
Yeah.
You know what? Something, though, that makes me very sad? Guitar Case Slam doesn't have a kabong trigger.
That is a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because he would never hit someone with his guitar.
Yeah. It would explode.
Okay. So he patiently, he's like, time out, guys, takes the guitar out of the case, closes the case, latches it shut, and then smacks you with it. And Jesus fucking Christ, they'll put stunned on anything now.
Oh yeah, that does just do stun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So it's a 1-3-4, but it just gains stunned. Remember when that, like, required a trigger and it was on expensive models?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pepperidge Farm and the MNSU keyword remembers.
Hey, but you have, what's his face now?
Yeah.
Arun.
I do kind of love that the Guitar Case Slam has quick shot on it, so he can hit you and then black powder blues even if he's engaged.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, he seems nice.
Yeah.
Obviously, the downside being his one defensive tag is hard to kill.
Yeah.
Which isn't nothing, especially on defense 6. He's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be fine. And he'll probably have shielded too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And at least the Cavalier keyword has plenty of healing baked in.
Fuck.
Yeah. Now, both of them are together expensive enough that you're going to have to make some choices in how you build those crews, which I think is good. And the two of them are going to give a whole different flavor to it, which I'm going to love. Both playing against and I don't know about against. The flavor, yes. The tactical, I don't know. We'll see. Just to bring something that's not, hey, we're actual, like, war soldiers to that crew. There's like, yeah, and
They're
like,
war soldiers with instruments.
Yeah, we're the instruments for your group. You got a drum?
Instruments
No.
of destruction, if you will.
Exactly.
Okay, do we have anything else to say about Avel, or do we move on?
Smash or pass.
Keep fucking thinking that his cape or poncho, maybe?
That's
is
a poncho.
denim. It's just... It's got a pattern on it, but, like, if you're not looking too hard, it looks like it's denim.
A denim cape.
Joncho.
Show.
Yeah, Avel Ortega, the Canadian.
Oh, no. He's Canadian Mexican.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
no. Hooray. Okay.
I like to think that since his hat is like a matching blue, it is also denim.
Yeah.
Yep. Denim hat.
He's wearing
Got
jeans,
Joncho.
the joncho, and the jet.
Yeah,
Is everyone's
that's
favorite?
a Jowboy Jack.
It's a Jowboy!
A jombrero.
He just needs jutes now.
Jutes. And a jert.
Is that a blue guitar I see? Or maybe a
A
guitar?
guitar. That's what the people who pronounce it GIF say.
Oh, God. Ah!
Oh, fuck.
Okay, I got a drink to this now.
His right maraca is a Jirakanata.
God.
Avel Ortega,
Oh, yeah, no, actually,
blue
what we
jean
need to do
enthusiast.
is now we got to paint Domingo also completely blue so he can be Avel's husband.
No, clearly Avel is the husband.
Which one's you the husband? Which one's you the husband?
Wow, that's rude to ask.
Jesus.
Fuck.
Domingo Montoya is
Victoria.
all right.
Smash or
sorry.
pass?
Smash, but only also with Domingo.
Reasonable.
Sensible, yes.
It's a package deal, for
So
sure.
they would
Yeah.
make you a Jandwich.
Jesus Christ.
So Avel is the only one that's making these Gene jokes.
Yeah.
Domingo is definitely the one sighing, but like secretly enjoys it.
Yeah. And
Domingo's
and,
the straight man in the couple.
yeah. And Avel is
I don't think either of them is the straight man in this couple.
and Avel is just telling the Jad jokes.
God damn. I hate
I
it
was
here.
just gonna say Gene jokes or jokes.
Mhm.
So Domingo Montoya,
Domingo Montoya. He's got a saxophone,
He does.
He's got a saxophone.
He does have a saxophone.
which incredible.
Pretty much has the same lore, kind of, as Vel. He's he wasn't like bored though. He was some kind of secret agent for Mexico.
Mexican
Whereas
special ops.
Avel just showed up in Malifaux and be like, "Hey, where's the murder party?" And there wasn't enough of a murder party for him, so he got the Sag.
Avel came over for family and found new family.
And also explosive music from Tull's cannons.
Yeah.
So, how fucking insane was the wedding reception, you think?
I mean, I can only
according to the
imagine. Go on.
According to the blurb, I'm just going to read the line to you.
Yes.
When the time came to tie the knot, celebrations from the literal shotgun wedding shook the Ortega Ranch to its foundations for nearly 3 days straight.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
I apparently completely forgot reading that.
No
Thank
one's
you.
hearing survived intact.
Endless tequila.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we can get to
you-
the card. What's up?
Do you think Avel wore a tuxedo?
Absolutely.
You know he did.
Okay, one thing I've got to like nitpick slightly here is whoever drew Domingo wasn't entirely sure what a saxophone mouthpiece looked like.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Counterpoint.
I'm willing to forgive it though.
Counterpoint. The man is doing, like, lots of dangerous stuff. I could see it being easier to just take the whole mouthpiece off and, like, store that somewhere safe than walk around hoping your reed in your pocket
yes.
is rough.
Yeah. No, if he was a real saxophone player, the mouthpiece would still be on there, but the reed it is in his mouth.
Yep. Oh man, I might have to model a reed into his mouth.
Yeah. Yep, that has to happen.
That's a deep fucking cut.
Yep.
I'm not saying all saxophonists have an oral fixation, but I'm not saying it either.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's a wide cigarette in his mouth. Nah, fam. That's no cigarette.
That's a reed.
That's his reed.
Okay, so onto his card then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's got like the mariachi pants.
Yeah.
I just want
Yeah.
to point that.
Yeah. He's got the nice outfit.
No John show here. Bravado, hard to kill, heat of battle, partnerships, and crime. Yeah, exactly the same.
Yep.
Just literally just the defense and willpower flipped. On the backside, cutting words.
Better
which
sharp
just gives
wit.
out slow.
Yeah, it's sharp wit, but with a damage track.
Fuck this bullshit.
Yep.
And now we
That's
get
fine.
get to the one that has a gun but doesn't have a projectile action.
Yeah, he's got guns.
Has two revolvers and not a single projectile action on his card. I know he's Maracanata, but
Mind bullets.
saxophone bullets.
That have blasts on everything and give models damaged by them distracted 1. I need this musician in Performer, and I need it now.
Nah, that'd be absurd.
That's fair.
Why would there be a musician and performer?
That's a good question.
It's just silly.
This is making me more upset. Yeah, really. He should have fucking been. Both of them should have been. Yeah, we'll do family performer. That sounds great. Honestly.
Yeah, that's a cool. I'm very down with that. That's a very cool idea.
Sad.
That's okay.
Which means, like, I doubt we're ever going to get another saxophonist in Malifaux.
That's okay though, because you know what we don't have yet? A trombonist.
Fair. Okay, but like, he's got to be on a unicycle at this point.
Yeah, and you got to make at least one sack butt joke.
Okay, yeah. So cutting words is just better. Sharp wit. Yep. Piercing Rhapsody is just a willpower attack with blast on it. Both of them have just innate blast built into their range attack.
Mm-hmm.
Neat. Models damaged by this action can distract a +1 on a 6. Oh, fuck.
10 in range, 6 against willpower.
Yep.
Pretty spicy.
Yeah, no, just the fact that you can, if you hit, you are putting distracted on multiple things.
Mm-hmm.
And you can force that through in most situations.
See above my
That
statement.
blows.
I don't see why Performer wants that. That's silly.
Yeah, that's a good point. What was I thinking? I do love both of the triggers on that, if only for the names. Like, Music in the Air, Symphony of Bullets, like, yes, weird. Make more of the musician things, and then give us more musician models. Yes. Excellent.
And perfect timing, which just slurps everything towards a target model.
Yeah.
Enemy target model.
Yep.
Oh, and more distracted.
On a trigger, yeah.
I like these models. I'm just... and no, I'm not
Jealous?
actually... I'm not upset about power creep, but it's noticeable at times. The thing is, like, they don't seem overly spectacular in this wave. They seem good, but, like... I feel like they would have been, like, insane at the start of 3rd edition, you know?
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah.
They definitely they have everything you want a 7-stone model to have.
Which,
Yeah.
given the fact that I know a lot of 7-stone models where it's like, or I could pay one more for this really good 8-stone model. Like, I think that's a pretty good spot for 7s to be. Especially when really this is a 14-stone model that gets 2 activations. Like, can you take them individually? Yes.
So they should be able to dance together like the duet.
Yes, absolutely.
They should. Yeah.
Let them dance, weird.
Yes. I will also take an iconic model,
Ooh, that'd be dope.
That would be dope.
and then another iconic model. One where they're playing, like, back-to-back, and one where they're smooching.
The Domingo Montoya wedding.
Yeah,
The
one
Domingo
where
Vel
they are at the wedding kiss. Like, hell yeah.
with Abuela right there with her little shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
A Vel in his tuxedo.
So, Victoria, smash or pass?
Smash, but with Domingo, I would also smash minus a Vel.
Fair.
Okay.
He's a handsome chap.
He is,
You could goth him up really easy.
right?
Mm-hmm. Hang on. Here's a thought. If he's the spy, could his cover have been he was Zora?
I don't see it. He doesn't use a sword.
That sword is hidden in the
That's
saxophone.
part of his cover. Yeah.
Obviously.
Obviously,
I don't-
clearly.
What
What's
was I
up?
thinking?
Saxophones generally aren't large enough to hide a sword inside of.
Small sword.
A dagger,
I mean,
maybe.
I don't know. That
would
looks like a baritone.
Yeah, that's a berry sax for sure, given the size. You could, it wouldn't be a long sword, but you could get a short rapier in there.
Okay, so is he playing Careless Whisper, or is he playing the hook from Just My Type?
I was hoping we'd get past
See-
this model without that joke. I don't know why I hoped
You
it.
fool.
knowing That was,
No,
yes, that
see,
was foolish of me.
The thing is I've just been picturing the thing with the TikTok where it's like the
The epic sax man, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we
Thank
got
you.
3
Mm.
options.
Are we forgetting yakety sax?
That's when things go real off the chain.
Mm,
Yakety sax is for like when they're in the middle of wacky hijinks.
We'll
Hijinks.
save it for if he's hanging out with my Nelly crew.
And then when the Cavalier crew really gets going, and they're clearly playing the 1812 Overture, especially the end of it, where there are cannons, they improv a sax part.
I would be really impressed to hear the 1812 overture in guitar and saxophone.
Yeah, with a saxophone solo. Let's do it. Bring it on.
Clipper! Yeah, we can talk about the Clipper now.
Dragon.
It's
Wait, the rest of us don't get to smash or pass?
you had your chance. You didn't
You
say
said
it.
Victoria.
Eli,
You
smash or pass?
specifically said obviously smash.
Okay.
Obviously.
What about the
I
rest of
concur.
you?
A man of
Obviously.
Again, I think we all want to be in the Jandwich.
Yeah, I think I'm still on the train of if I'm with Domingo, I've got to have a Vel there. Like I can't separate the two.
Mm-hmm.
See, I never said that I wanted to separate the two, just that I would be willing to.
Yeah, and that's where I draw the line.
Clarification.
That's my line. They both. I need both.
At the very least, one of them has to be playing during.
How
What?
Is
No, as they're not participating in the hot and heavy. They're just
No,
providing
I-
backing music.
I understand that. I'm just
Just what?
something musical cuck chairs?
something
God damn
something
it. That's amazing.
something acoustic porn music.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, secretly,
or
that's
again,
not a
just
guitar, it's
What
a
better
six-
instruments? What better instruments for that
A
than
sax and a
guitar
guitar.
and saxophone?
the answer is the maracas.
No, the maracas don't come. The maracas don't come into the bedroom.
Oh, the maracas absolutely come into the bedroom.
The four
Oh,
poster
okay,
bed
so
is
you-
the poster topped with maracas. I hope you know.
No, my objection is to the ones that are on the models that are also, bombs.
Oh, the grenade maracas. Yeah, no. We need the acoustic maracas.
Explosions are acoustic.
You're not wrong.
Ugh,
Clipper.
bird.
Jesus.
Bird.
Fucking Mecha Dragon. Clippers from
Robert.
Through the Breach. Yet another Through the Breach model. Hooray, thank you. I
Yep.
believe I've mentioned specifically that I thought this one would be cool to show up, and it showed up.
Yep.
Yay.
Apparently it's been retired because it was too expensive and to like power, or like they couldn't get it to run for very long, and then would crash into like buildings and stuff. And
People didn't like that.
dude,
What?
September 11th, 1901 happened.
Oh.
Oof.
Anyways, this is the augmented and frontier keyword. A bit of a weird choice with frontier. I mean, augmented makes a whole lot of sense, but I mean, they wrote it in. It's just getting loaned out to Bass, so
Yep.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Catching
Or
the
you can have the scraps.
crime
Yeah,
boys.
And it's better out in the open where if it falls out of the sky, it's
It won't
not
hit
on a
any
building.
buildings.
Exactly.
Okay.
But
I
also,
get
like, I don't know. I can see Daddy Hoffman getting along with Bass the best out of any of them.
Yeah.
I was just going to say this sounds like the last keyword combination they had to come up with, but within the fluff, yeah, I'm also those two would be totally chill with each other.
I mean, I guess if you're deciding to bring in the Clipper, like, what other keyword do you pair it with other than like of the other guild keywords? Where else does this fit? Say it, Doug.
It's just about a good enough a reason, but also elite sounds hilarious. Just a bunch of lawyers and then a goddamn drink.
Fucking Lucius on the back of the thing doing a fly with me, doing the never-ending story.
I refuse to walk. It makes my shoes dirty.
I have a plane now.
I love him. I've never loved anything ever in my life until now.
This
Mr.
is my
Secretary,
son.
he won't fit inside the building. Well, you're going to make a bigger building then, aren't you?
Roofs are temporary, love is forever. He feeds it. He feeds it like live animals. It's a machine.
Animals.
It doesn't
He
need
doesn't
to.
have to. He's
He
just-
doesn't have to. He just likes the idea of feeding the thing guinea pigs and rabbits and shit.
There's perfectly good people running around. He can feed it. You kidding me?
Yeah, but people tend to spray a little bit more once they're torn into.
All the bones get caught in the toothy jaws.
Like Lucius doesn't have people to clean up for him.
Also fair.
One time he got hit in the face with the blood, and he was like, "We're not doing this again."
Jeffries, I'm going to need you to clean up the Clipper's mouth. Now, get your head in there, nice and get deep in there.
You want a more like legitimate answer though for that question. Cavalier.
Oh yeah, I could see Cavalier.
Yeah, I could see that.
Anyways, it's still good. It's good in both. I think they did a really good job combining those two keywords.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do like the idea that just ancillarily the augmented keyword gets to just deploy 1 inch forward.
Just one little hop for the Clipper.
Yeah, just a little scooch. Get a little scooch.
Well, just the Clipper though.
Yeah.
Also, from a Hoffman perspective, I like that they're giving the keyword another model that can kind of go far afield, and because it has dynamic generator, it doesn't feel like, oh no, I'm away from Daddy Hoffman the whole time.
Yeah, it's a nice independent operator. Mm-hmm. And then, like, turn 1, it can just drop that free scrap off just to help the other bots and then go about its business for the rest of the game.
Yep.
No, I will fully admit I misunderstood how Home on the Range worked until just now. Thank you for that correction.
Yeah, it's just models with home on the range.
It seems...
Very important distinction.
Does that does not seem like it would be that broken if it just affected all models. But it was probably future-proofing, whatever.
Yeah.
Friendly reminder, you don't have to actually target anything when you charge. You can just charge. Just for fun.
Yep.
And since he has flight, it it gets around all the other normal issues with just charging.
Yep.
Which, thankfully, because
And
it's
it can-
50mm, which is not great for that.
Also funny to me, it has a willpower 4 and a ranged attack that innately ignores armor. So if you bring it with Hoff, you will have to watch out for obeys.
Oh, yay!
I love that.
That's nice. It's enjoyable.
It ignores armor and potentially gives out staggered, which a lot of Hoff stuff is slow.
The target is within 1 inch of terrain. You should be playing with a fuckload of terrain. Like, I feel like that's a majority of models most of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice Peacekeeper you had there. If only it hadn't stubbed its toe.
I see it tripped
I like-
on a
I like
bush
that
there. Sorry, go ahead, Eli.
I like that it's on the pneumatic spike, like the implication of you're being nailed to the terrain.
Yep.
Ugh.
It's a big stapler dragon. Mouth even looks like a staple remover.
The staple remover, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Also,
Lucius, why do you need that thing? I have so many stacks of paper to staple.
Also,
fucking report from Lucius. It's like 5 pieces of paper with a giant, at least like quarter-sized hole in the
Chunk.
center of it.
A rail spike going through it.
mhm. Also, I like seeing Vantage Point as a trigger on here, as another way to drop range scheme markers, which is something else that I'm not sure about Bass. I don't think Bass has other ways of doing that either, but I know Hoff is missing it. Like, range scheme dropping in Hoff is, the Watcher went over there and dropped a scheme
I mean,
normally.
to be fair, Watchers are decent at that.
No, they are really good at that, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like,
Oh, so we're
this is a 9 cost.
it's a 9
You're gonna have to
Soulstone
make...
Watcher.
Yeah, you're gonna, again, have to make choices about what you're taking out of the crew to fit him in, and it's nice that this offering different tech makes that choice not, what flavor of bot do I want today? It's, no, what, like, tech of bot do I want today? What do I need in my robot utility belt?
I could see, like, going back to the Ope thing, you could also just, like, sacrifice a couple wounds off of a friendly model with an Ope to get a scheme marker place where you wouldn't normally be able to using this guy, which is...
Vantage point is enemy only.
Yeah, I mean, as in attacking your own model with him.
Yeah, but vantage point trigger is enemy only.
Yeah, he would be, like, if I'm playing Ironsides, and I obey him with Omnidot
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
to attack my own... Okay, sorry. I could probably get more
I
specific on that.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. Using the enemy clipper to score the scheme.
Yeah, that's an interesting play. I dig that, honestly.
And staple your own model to the ground, but okay. If you really need that scheme marker, go ahead.
And just shoot someone who's not near terrain. Just have Tony stand out in the open and take the shot, getting a free adrenaline off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, why not?
Just looking between the two of them, Tony's like, just do it.
Amina, this is gonna be really cool. Do it. Tell the clipper to staple me. I can take it. I'm not a masochist.
Okay, so the big thing here, I think, fly with me.
Yeah, fly with me is dope.
Fly with me
Yeah.
on a move 6 model in keywords that don't really have a ton of movement outside of the Rough Riders. And then less movement in Augmented outside of the Watchers, which they're okay.
Does Augmented have a lot of size 2 models?
They have a decent amount. You're not going to pick up the biggest beefy stuff, but
Yeah, most
Probably for the
of the
best.
regular bots are size 2. Like the hunters, you can pick up a hunter, I think.
yeah, you can pick up Hoffman.
Yeah, he can carry Hoff around. Hoff 1 at least.
Well, yeah, Hoff one. You're not picking up the Peacekeeper. You're not picking up Howard.
Joss.
You could pick up Joss. You
Joss.
could pick up Melissa. Oh god, Melissa needs more range turn 1. Ah.
You could pick up a steam fitter because Hoffman takes those.
Yeah, I take
Hey,
I take
now
steam
you-
fitters every once in a while.
Also, this is a fairly survivable, pretty fast, moving other friendly models model that, even out of keyword, is cheaper than the Rider. Is this something we expect to see out of keyword in Guild, and not just for Lucius memes?
At that point, you're paying 10 stones for an 8 wound model with armor 2, defense 5. Maybe it's a bit risky.
Last time we didn't talk a whole ton about GG4. But I'd say here, yes, because I feel like the general consensus on crew building in GD4 is less all overall about killing. So this would take higher priority than a Peacekeeper with its ability to drop.
Yeah, vantage point.
Especially when you're making your own power tokens, and you can use those to build in the vantage point.
Also, something that's worth noting, I think, also is Fly With Me, great. But also, it's Fly With Me on a 50mm size 3 model, which means you can pocket anything you're carrying and effectively hide it from your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or the other side of that is after you do your place 4, you then put them in front of you, and they are now effectively 6 inches forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So either side of that story works.
I'm surprised, actually, that it has Power Converter and Dynamic Generator.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm almost wondering if that's so it can... I think that's honestly so it can work in Bass.
What? Giving it Dynamic Generator?
Yeah,
but like,
it's creating its own.
It would still
tokens.
work in Hoffman without Power Converter. I feel like Power Converter is the thing you could have taken off the card.
You have to have Power Converter to actually use the power tokens.
Oh, right, because just
power tokens don't have a base. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, something just occurred to me. Sonya 1 really wants mobility for herself because she's move 4. And this is a dragon in the Fire Mage keyword if you take this out of keyword, which is just funny to me.
Okay, so Victoria?
Yeah. Pass.
Oh, too many spikes.
Too many spikes.
What if we put pool noodles on the spikes?
Like a goat.
Oh, the Clipper cut too many people and now he's got pool noodles. Oh.
Naughty Clippers get the pool noodles. I mean, where would you even...
But, I do want to say... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, still passing, even with pool noodles, because I'm just not sure how.
Tongue.
That's fair.
That tongue is like... It's got
even the tongue
seams.
looks pinchy.
That's
pool noodle the tongue.
No,
too.
no. If you talk to Hoffman, I'm sure there's different attachments for that.
Yeah.
I do want to talk to Hoffman because why tongue, sir?
I would ask Hoff that question just to see if he does have other attachments, just so I could judge him about it.
How else was it gonna? If you don't get a tongue, how else is it gonna taste?
Fair.
Duh. Yeah. Actually, see how the body
why
has
doesn't
that,
have
like,
eyes? It can't see now.
So the body is like
actually...
that coil that gets smaller and smaller. I think it just continues all the way down, and then they just stuck a head on top of that.
Okay, but with the eyes, they do actually reference the eyes in the little blurb, so it has eyes somewhere.
I think it's the bulbs on the back.
Can't see it. Okay, the artwork doesn't cover the entire model, so obviously the eyes are just down south.
The eyes are at the bottom of the tail.
Yeah, probably 2 of them right next to each other.
I see the Frontier keyword is like, oh man, the glowy eyes are really fucking creepy. Let's just cover those up. And they put googly eyes on it?
Which is what everyone who buys this model should do. Put googly eyes on it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's definitely Bernadette did that.
She's also trying to adopt this thing.
Yeah. What do you mean trying?
Every time it lands, they have to keep her from climbing onto its back.
What are Eli's thoughts on the Mecha Dragon? Would you fuck the Mecha Dragon?
I would not fuck the Mecha Dragon.
Oh, so now...
So now what? Go further with that thought.
No, I'm good.
No, it looks pinchy, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it's very pinchy, and I just metal things.
Yeah.
You gotta do more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably a bad time.
Nightcrawler Network.
Fuck. Yeah, no, honestly, I just keep continuing with our fucking headcanons and thinking about this guy hanging out with the Frontier keyword, and overnight, Bass comes out of his tent to, a giant pile of small dead rodents and varmints and stuff because Lucius taught it to kill those things.
Taught it how to kill.
And that's why they had to retire it. It wasn't because of energy efficiencies, because it just wouldn't stop killing small animals thanks to Lucius.
There were like species of jackrabbits that were starting to go extinct.
It's hunting for its new owners.
It just thinks Bass is a really shit hunter.
Okay, now we can move on. Sorry, I liked that idea, so I had to send it. Okay, but Nightcrawler Network, which is a
Nightcrawler.
guy.
He's just a dude.
This is one of my favorite
I am the
blurbs in
network.
this, out of silliness, because it's just the guild found out about these cameras cropping up all over downtown, and they finally managed to track down this guy, and he's like, "Oh, we're a network of like people spying on things, and if you let me go, then we'll work together." But it's just him. It's just a guy with cameras.
Fucking anonymous QAnon ass motherfucker.
Just some dude named Walter who they don't exist yet, but he lives in a van. What?
I mean, they didn't
And
give
he's
his
got-
name. It could be Walter.
It could be Walter, the guy that lives in the van, down by the river.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, sure, okay. I don't know what the tentacles do, and honestly, I kind of don't want to know.
I want to know what them tentacles do.
Oh, we know your answer then. Okay, so you can just take a break. We'll get back to you when we get to the camera. I think I know your answer for the camera bots too.
We know what the cam bots are for.
Okay, 8 cost, enforcer living, guard, and journalist. Also not entirely sure on the good. Like, journalist, spot on, exactly what they were before. I feel like Dashel doesn't care about information, like, at all. But maybe like, you know what, the Nightcrawler Network is in cahoots with the Totem. And the Totem has enough...
The dispatcher.
Yeah, the dispatcher.
The dispatcher's been trying to get into the Nightcrawler Network for years now. Like, mailing in, 10 script a week.
Just fucking dude, when he's not doing gang fights, is on a street corner selling VHSs of this equivalent of Girls Gone Wild, where they're showing their ankles. And that's actually
Oh no.
I'm gonna someone at Weird is gonna be like, actually kind of they modeled the character after me, and I thought it was kind of cool, but now you're just keep insulting. Why isn't he in a onesie?
It's a tactical onesie.
It makes him more aerodynamic.
It's for stealth.
Yeah.
That thing creaks when he walks.
Look, don't
I bet he's a map dweeb.
don't kink shame.
That exactly is the pose when someone just takes a step out of their side door to go for a smoke, and he's been walking through the alleyways like, man, you saw nothing.
It's the stealth pose. Oh my god, yeah, he's like he's the neighborhood watch guy.
Maybe if I don't move, they won't notice me.
What a hero.
Dude, just don't break my windows with your tentacles again.
He forgot to put a crotch flap in the onesie, and now he just goes and he tells people it's because it's for spy stuff. You just got to learn to deal with it. Anyways, enough making fun of this guy. No, we probably will still do that. I like the model. It's 5'5", move 6, which makes you feel like he's Dr. Octopusing around a bit.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's a little bit. It's a little bit. He needs an extra set of arms, honestly.
Move six with expert getaway. This guy is Doc Ocking everywhere.
He's only got.
The fact that he's on his legs right now is an anomaly.
He ran out of batteries for his arms.
He's got 37 D's batteries in that
T
bag.
batteries, yep. Heavy as fuck.
It's like a fucking 80s boombox. Okay. Expert getaway. Extended reach. Stopping charges. That's nice. That's really nice because protecting, especially the journalist keyword, while probably wanting a little bit more protection from a new model, this is at least helping them out a bit. So I'll appreciate that. Spy network. This model may draw range and line of sight its actions and aura abilities from friendly camera bot models. Camera bots are also producing
And
extended
chasing a
reach.
story.
And chasing a story.
See, chasing a story makes sense because they're there to catch a story. But I love the extended reach thing for the cameras. That's
That makes me assume the cameras also have tentacles.
Yeah, especially because you can also do network cable through the cameras. So, like, the cameras have to have some kind of, like, they all have, like, one tentacle.
Oh, so like it's actually hidden in the bush and in the barrel of fish, and it just like explodes out of the of the statue.
It's in the swaddle around the actual bottom, like the baby part of the cambot. It's just the tentacle wrapped up, and it just like springs out, and grabs you.
Okay, you know, like in the camera bot thing, I was talking about how like the obvious cameras are there to like trick people into going to like the place where he actually wants to spy on them and whatnot. And maybe that's part of it. It's like they actually see the camera bot and they're like, "Oh, it's just a camera." And now, surprise, it's actually a camera and a tentacle.
And tentacle. I'm definitely staying away.
Which makes it a bot instead of just a camera.
Exactly.
Stealth, because obviously you can't.
He's so sneaky.
He doesn't exist. Network capable of 134 that doesn't give out slow or stunned. Completely useless, honestly.
I mean, it gives out distracted because you're always going to be doing this through a cambot. So you're always going to have the mask built in.
I don't think you're always doing it through a cambot, because cambots are easy to... No, they don't have mindless. Okay.
And you can just summon one on his bonus action.
Yeah, but between summoning and... Okay, so...
I feel like most of the time, if he's attacking, he's doing it through a cambot.
Yeah, okay. And, alright, Slander. Okay, cool. So, no, he can summon a camera bot, and that will probably be close enough that he can also possibly drop a scheme marker through the camera bot.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. Okay. Oh, that's fun. Oh, also a rest order. That's nice. Gives something for the guard. Walk the line. Everyone knows walk the line, move in peace. So he's got fun movement tech in 2 keywords that don't have a ton.
And the chance of looking at upcoming cards on a trigger on there, which is nice for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Sabotage their plans, which you're probably not going to be doing because it's summoning camera bots, if at all possible.
On the off chance that they haven't killed all 3 of your cambots.
Which honestly isn't the worst option to have. I mean, they can still get around a bit, but ignoring them or making sure they get into places where they're not going to be that useful is a good idea, because then it limits what he can do. But yeah, okay. What's he doing in guard? I could see use in journalists, especially with like extended reach and the camera bots, additional access to ways to place scheme markers, all that goodness.
I think
guard is also appreciative of something that can like hold off a bit of damage. You got a lot of range models who do not want something charging into, and if someone's just ignoring the executioners or has dealt with the executioners, being able to just throw up a camera to hold off against your riflemen, your sergeants is good and helpful. Also, Dashel can now also summon camera bots.
Oh jeez, I didn't think about that.
Don't know if it's good, but Dashel can summon them. They are guard minions. They are not exclusive to the Nightcrawler network. So you could have Dashel just turn 1, summon all 3 camera bots, and go, all right, that's set up.
Editor Doug here. Our stupid online recording software dropped 20 minutes of my recording, so I'm going to fill it in as best as I can after the fact. So if any of it sounds weird or doesn't make sense, I'm just trying to fill in the space because I don't want to just get rid of this entire section. We talk about an awful person, so strap in, I guess.
You can now actually do sabotage their plans instead of summoning cambots on your turn, Nightcrawler network.
Doesn't make sense for him to summon all 3 of them together like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Seems fun.
I completely forgot Dashel was a summoner.
Yeah, Dashel 1 is definitely a summoner.
Okay, so before we move on to our next guy, I have a bit of a predicament. See, the Nightcrawler network is in the journalist keyword, and I have the journalist keyword painted. I have them painted in a very particular style. Now, the problem is that every single character from that show is already accounted for.
Oh, no?
With the exception of one character that everyone kind of hated.
Okay. Yeah.
So with Nellie as Velma, Allison as Freddy, Fiona as Daphne, the undercover reporter as Scooby-Doo, August as Shaggy, the network must therefore be Scrappy-Doo.
Scrappy-Doo, the Nightcrawler Network.
Oof.
So Tori, I think you already answered this, but do the tentacle arms stay on when you're doing
The
it?
tentacles stay on.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, I figured it would, but like he's just got like the clampies on the end of them. I don't know if he has like attachments.
Yes. Cover.
Yeah, he puts on the fuzzy tentacles.
He for sure has attachments for that. I am not the first person who is into tentacles, and I will not be the last.
Okay, I don't know why I'm trying so hard to deter you from him, but like the guy also like likes watching like a fucking creep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Have a little picture of him on a Fitzsimmons sign. This man
Have you seen this man?
is this man pervert?
Like the man himself is kind of meh, but it's the backpack.
Yeah. You just punch him and steal his backpack and,
I bet.
give it to someone else.
I bet he's got that like really nice loser vibe.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Kite Man.
Hell yeah.
Like he's actually a pretty chill dude, but he's also just kind of a loser. And his hobby he has a hobby he takes way too seriously.
I don't know anyone like
His
that.
hobby is spying on people.
Okay, besides the pretty awful hobby of spying on people, I think he's got another hobby that is much, much worse. This man has a podcast.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
He absolutely has a podcast.
People with podcasts.
Oh, his co-host is also in this book.
It's even worse is if you look at him and you think about his voice. I can't hear anything but Ben Shapiro coming out of that man.
God.
Oh, God. Oh.
Not
Oh, God, he is a little
Hang on.
Shapiro,
That-
isn't he?
not Shabibo.
That further covers the extended reach through the cameras. The cameras have speakers. They're just not very loud, but as soon as you hear them, it's like, I can't I don't want to get closer to that. Cannot.
Ah, the voice.
Yeah,
He just
like
became completely unsmashable.
exactly. I have no interest now. I'm mugging him for the tentacles
Yeah.
and leaving him for dead in a back alley.
The tentacle backpack just became an important accessory. The man, not so much.
So instead of smashing, we are getting his attention through the cameras to lure him to a place where we can steal a backpack.
Sure.
Or mug him for it.
I could beat up Ben Shapiro in a back alley.
I think any one of us could just beat up Ben Shapiro. He's not.
Absolutely.
That's the real smash.
It's the friends we made along the way.
Okay, moving on to the camera bots. The Cost 2, Minion, Construct Guard, Journalist keyword, Defense 5, Willpower 3, Move 0, Size 0.
Hey, they're cameras.
They're cameras.
I just want to.
I do love a Move Zero model.
Ah, God, I don't... Do we have something with 0 move and 0 size in the game? It's so easy to bully. Models
Yeah.
with Toss gonna have a field day.
Up we go. Yeah,
Or
just
up we
chuck
go.
cameras
Or
around.
willpower attacks against willpower 3. These poor things, but they are just cam
And
bots.
they do have
so,
stealth.
You
You
know.
have to get within 6 to do it, but
Okay, exclusive interview from the journalist keyword from the shadows in case you're hiring these things for some fucking reason. Insignificant, makes sense. Spy network, allowing them to take all their actions from other camera bots, so bring more than one. Or some of them, probably. Stealth, keeping them somewhat alive, a little bit tiny a little bit. Flash photography, is there attack action? Distract 1 stagger, not bad. Stat 4 for 2 cost models, not bad at all. Smile, you're on camera. Once per turn, target takes the interact action. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot more scheme markers out of that. I realize the journalists love that. Does the guard like extra scheme markers?
Yeah, guard does not hate having access to additional scheme
and
markers.
that leads me to the question of, is it worth taking the network out of keyword just to, for 9, just to summon the bots and be able to put scheme markers out at range.
These guys are really good for cost too.
It's a nice package. Or just, it's just base interacts too. So, like, you can vote, you can
You can
grab
definitely see him
intel.
taking out a keyword. There's nothing really on the card, him and the camera bots, that needs the journalist or guard keyword to do well.
Yeah, he's a very self-contained package. I've actually been thinking about him bringing Nightcrawler into, like, a Hoffman crew. Because then you're summoning a 2-point construct that Hoffman can just farm power tokens off of.
Oh, man.
And also Spy Network. The camp bots also have Spy Network, so they can use their abilities through other camp bots. So if you have one camera in the back and one that you're actually using for stuff in the forward, you can just have the one in the back just do its stuff through the other one.
Yeah.
I think it's also interesting. They got like super low willpower, but I see almost no benefit to ever obeying them. They can't interact. They can't walk.
Yeah. If nothing else, you can make an enemy drop a scheme marker, or like interact to drop a scheme marker in ways that, in places they don't want them, and prevent them from going nearby.
Assuming that the enemy is within 6 inches of them in the spot where they like, it feels very unlikely that it'll ever happen. Like, I'm not saying that will never be a case. I'm just saying you'd have to be super lucky.
You can't forget that it can still use the spy network, so if you obey the camera bot, then it can flash photography of the fucking Nightcrawler network across the map.
My night vision lens was on.
Alright guys, smash or pass, camera bot.
Smash.
They're
Obviously.
involved in the previous situation. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh no, I don't want that recorded.
Okay, next up, Director Rodriguez. This fucker.
Old D-Rod. That's what I've been calling him, D-Rod.
If you read his fluff, he's kind of a fascist.
Well, okay, the full nickname is D-Rod the Fascist. Because this dude is a little fascist.
A little.
You read his fluff and you have to ask yourself, where was he on January 6th?
Oh boy.
It's bad.
Yeah, he's
Beyond the fluff, the dude is a witch hunter and like an extreme version of a witch hunter.
he's a real jerk.
And they say he's begrudgingly willing to work with mages, but the second he gets the chance, he's gonna, purge them.
Once we've dealt with the Burning Man, I'm gonna go after all those damn Domadors.
Okay, 10 cost, henchman living, martial witch hunter, keywords, 6 defense, 5 willpower, 5 move, 2 size, relatively standard, armor 1. What armor? Where is it?
He's wearing leather armor.
His shoulder.
It's his
leather armor.
vest. Yeah, he's got those shoulder pads.
Fine, I guess.
He's
Knee
also
pads.
knee pad. Yeah.
Knee pads, singular.
Okay, Blaze of Glory to use up any burning he accidentally or intentionally puts on himself. Fireproof to also help mitigate any burning that he gets on himself. Hard to kill, sure. Art of Undeath. Enemy living models within 5 inches are treated as undead instead of living. It just happens.
For the audacity of being near D-Rod.
Honestly, from what I've seen, especially like with Lady J1, they could use this, because seeing them try to like do all of their "hey, you're undead" when really they're not, like, it becomes a Rube Goldberg machine of, in order to hit you and use my stuff, I have to hit you a first time, and if I have to cheat on that, I don't have the card I need to cheat to actually hit you. So I can see where this is coming from.
Okay, yeah, just I don't like the "it just happens" kind of stuff.
And also, like, it's on one model. Yeah, he's an armored henchman. Kill him, or displace him, or block the aura.
Unless, of course, you put a coat on him and then you can't move him. And then he's armor 2, hard to kill, defense 6, with wounds equal to cost. I don't want to say it's an issue, but it's a thing of, like, a lot of the standard rules around the model's defensive capabilities are less in play now.
And I'm not saying he's, like, broken or anything, but, like, if he came out the sort of 3rd edition, I think people would be really upset with how powerful he is, or at least how strong he is to both kill things and hard to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, moving to the back of the card, Flaming Fist is attack action when it's reach 3 for 5 damage trick and burning 1. Notice this is not the Flaming Fist of the great Carlos Vasquez, sadly.
The great director Rodriguez.
We should take away Carlos's ability to punch people, and then you just give it to this asshole.
That would have been a spit in the face.
Yep. This guy has.
He stole Carlos's fist.
He's got the same fist as the fire golem.
Oh, what the fuck? He's got tiny little hands.
Oh God.
Oh.
I'm imagining like a Green Lantern-esque like hand of fire over his actual hand.
Yeah.
Projected fire punch.
Okay, also it's Cleansing Strike trigger, and when conditioned on the target, plus Rising Flames, enemy models within 3 inches of this model suffer 1 damage and burning 1. Damn, this is a good attack.
Yeah.
And Breath of Fire.
Pretty solid.
And Tactical Action Funeral Rites lets him place the marker specific to whatever keyword he's playing it in.
Also, Hovering Flame in 2 keywords that, from what I understand, want more mobile tricks, so yay. Good for them.
Hoovering Flame.
Yeah, I don't have a ton to say about him. He's very simple, straightforward, a good model. There's just not a lot of shtick here for us to mess with, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, bare minimum, he's a mobile, min 3, fairly defensive beater.
Yeah, and he is also, he wants to be in their face so that all your ranged stuff can go, oh, that's undead. I'm shooting at it. I have fun with that.
Now that I think about it a little bit more, I'm slightly more worried about his ability to output damage just with the Rising Flames trigger on that attack, and since he's a henchman, he can force that shit through, which makes him a min 4 plus 2 burning onto one character, plus all the extra burning and damage you get on all the shit within 3 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on. None of us are fucking this evil-ass son of a bitch.
Yeah, for the record, I think he looks cool, but the fascism is just a straight no.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah, I think the people at Weird are pretty well aware when they're making a bad guy.
Yeah.
This guy's clearly like by any means necessary. Yeah, that's gonna be a no from me, dog.
Okay, let's move on to this emo-ass child, the Ashbringer.
It's just rebellious teen children. It's not a phase, director.
He's upset because Molly's leading the Black Parade and he wasn't invited.
Aww.
Look at this man wearing fingerless gloves because he probably thinks they're cool.
Look, fingerless
See, Roman.
fingerless gloves can be really useful, okay?
See, the thing is, Roman, is that somebody had to have their father, Director Rodriguez, take them to the Black Parade that Molly was leading.
There it is.
And he's going to be the savior of the city.
That perfect.
By setting it on fire. We did it, Patrick. We saved the city.
Okay, enough making fun of this gentleman. Ashbringer, 5 costs, minion, 2 living. Marshal, Witch Hunter keyword, 5 defense, 4 willpower, 5 move, size 2. That's willpower's not.
It's a 5-cost minion.
Yeah, other than being a 5-cost minion, I think he has willpower 4 because if he had higher and has like a good chunk of the same tech as Firebranded, they would get a lot of people being like, you gotta fix Firebranded now.
But they are better than Firebranded.
I agree. These are better than them, but I think that willpower 4, mechanically, I think that's why that's there.
Okay, ignite, trigger on defense or willpower, attacking model gains burning, armor 1, nice. Enemy fiery presence, start of the small activation of your model within 2 inches gains burning 1. That's something you're going to have to keep track of to not set on fire things that you don't want to set on fire. And then Fireproof to keep them from burning themselves up too much. Back of the card, Flaming Fury, 2, 3, 4 damage track against defense, gain burning 1 as well, plus Drain Magic trigger. Path of Ashes, 6-inch ranged attack against willpower. Target just gains burning 2. That's okay.
Look at his last tactical action. That's why they have it.
Okay, tactical action, brace the flame, reduce the value of the burning condition on the target, and any models within 3 inches of the target by any amount. The target heals an amount equal to the total value of burning, reduce this way to a maximum of 3. So, a bit of healing that requires some setup by setting things on fire first.
Or he's putting out burning for Director Rodriguez to eat off of for positives.
Oh, okay, so you're saying we should only really bring them with Director Rodriguez.
It has more ways to be used with him. Otherwise, you're going, let's heal stuff.
Okay, it just seems like slightly unnecessary effort needed.
It is, but I'm saying that's why it's there. It's the gas that other things work. At least 3 more.
I do a little bit thematically like the idea of using flames to heal the flame skull people.
Mm-hmm. I like that too.
But his fire's red and the Dash Marshal's fire is blue.
That's what he's doing with Embrace the Flame. He's changing the color of it. Let me make that match for you.
But if we want to go back to making fun of him, like, it occurred to me that this guy's basically if Season 1 Zuko grew up and never changed.
Oh.
Yeah, so like instead of any character development, he just thinks dark and broody is an acceptable personality and no one likes him.
Damn. Brutal.
Another case where I think he wrote his own card. We're only talking about the first Ashbringer, the guy, because his whole aesthetic is, yeah, like, he's trying so hard to set himself up as this dark, mysterious character that everyone's so interested in, but turns out he just lives in the fucking suburbs and he hates his parents.
Plot twist, I'm damaged.
He's got some decent triggers.
Yep, you're definitely on the brain Wi-Fi, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I got bad news for you.
Anything else we want to say about his card? He's got some decent triggers.
Oh, Dream Magic's nice.
Yeah, I just got impressions from people, especially when it came out on AWP for Waldo's Weekly. It just doesn't seem that great, especially for Marshall, and I don't know either of those keywords not enough to say that it's good or not. I mean, the one thing I guess people need to know, and if they don't know, is that just because there's not a lot in a keyword that messes with burning by itself is decent. It's just blink damage at the end of the turn, and it's okay. I think they're okay. I'm guessing.
Seems like it's all right. 5-stone minion,
and like make fun of the guy's appearance, but there's the second one. I think it's better.
Oh yeah, I don't remember. That one's a chick, right? Hey, brought it right up. Oh yeah, she's the one with like the mohawk.
Yeah. Of the two,
Yeah.
she's the better.
She's actually holding her jar.
Yeah.
Victoria,
Yeah.
lead singer of a band, Ashbringer, 1, Smash Pass.
Probably not a good band.
Smash and also the female Ashbringer.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them.
Oh,
Maybe at the same time.
yeah, me. Oh, okay, I can see. Yeah, I can see that.
I have a type, okay?
I think I'd go for her. He's not my type.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
And y'all are entitled to your wrong opinions.
I just don't want to hear some guy muttering about honor the whole time.
He is a Zuko-looking motherfucker. Like, you're
Okay,
not
he's
wrong.
Zuko, and then Rodriguez as if Iroh was a bastard.
Yep. Truly the darkest
Again, if
timeline.
Iroh never changed.
Yeah, truly the darkest timeline.
Damn. Okay, whoever made her uniform knew exactly what the fuck they were doing. We're not going to give her 3 belts. We're going to give her stitching, specifically meant to accentuate the hips. God damn it. Moving on. Oh, damn it. No. Hottie squad.
Yup.
What the fuck? I got old Clockwork Man and Clockwork Robots, but fucking this and 10 Thunders?
Mm-hmm.
Commander Burrow is artwork they stole from Through the Breach. Literally the Commander Pursuit.
Yeah.
And they're like, we like
That's
this
her.
enough, we're going to make this a lady. So this is Commander Burrow. She is the henchman for the starter that we're finally getting with the Vanguard keyword.
I am really hoping those magic effects are modeled on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they would, otherwise they wouldn't have modeled her like that. Like, honestly, they could. Admittedly, you would try to figure out how to fit a desk on a 30 millimeter, but they could have just gone with a model that looked like her artwork in Through the Breach.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, does Weird like to put magic effects on their models? I don't know. I don't think it's happening.
Never seen it.
Well, we'll just have to figure out how to fix that then. 5/6, move 5, size 2, cost 7, resupply.
Useful.
Pulling out a card out of your discard pile that's 5 or less. Shielded bullets, which basically allows her to tick down a shielded to ignore shielded and incorporeal on a range attack. Her and friendly models within 6 can remove as much shielded as she wants when she's attacked to ignore damage. Blah, 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 blah. Under my protection, friendly Vanguard model gains shielded +1 at the start phase. Alright. And when she starts, friendly models within 4 gain shields. It's a shielded thing. She's a mechanics run shielded.
There's a theme.
Uh-huh. Her sword doesn't have a built-in, but Field Kit is a real nice trigger to have. She can always stone for it if she absolutely needs to. So a little bit of healing is nice. Crushing Force against move. Nice move attack. 10-inch range move attack. Pretty good.
Yeah.
2/3/3, and ignoring shielded and incorporeal again.
And a built-in trigger to push a friendly model or a friendly minion towards the target. So, as we've been saying, Guild has been in need of some movement tricks. So, I think that's going to help.
Remember the mission. On a 5, you can force an interact from a friendly model, and possibly give them shield on a trigger, and then overload. Has target TN12 move duel or suffer damage equal to the value of the target's shielded condition.
Max 3.
Max 3. Aw, not max 3. And then Marlowe's Finest, which uses the companion enforcer called Bracer. To increase the TN. Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Shielded stuff, I don't know how useful this is as versatile, but I could just be looking at it wrong. I don't know enough about Guild. I should probably check with someone, but it just seems kind of meh. But she also is just 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's a cheap henchman. I could see this being a nice addition into like a Hoffman, where you're getting armor 2 and then just throwing out some extra shielded to folks.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it being helpful in Lucius, because they like shielded to keep them alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And there's only so much, like, the lawyers do their best, but...
Yeah. And with shielded already being in that keyword, her overload's going to have more targets at range.
Yeah.
Also, something that was pointed out in the Discord the other day, I think it was Ben, shields up is any number of times they can reduce shielded. That can be 0, so you can just hold on to the shielded and use for later. Because 0 is a number.
That is nice. Still feel like, me personally, I'd want more ways to put shield on herself. Otherwise, shields up seems like it's not going to be used all that often. But again, yeah, can be used to just soak the damage and then use the shielded for shielded bullets or whatever. But yeah, just not a lot to talk about here. I don't think.
Yeah.
All right, Victoria.
Smash.
Anyone else?
I don't think there was even a question.
Absolute smash.
Yeah.
No,
The eye patch stays on.
Immediate. I would hope so.
Right?
I like your boots. Moving on. Muscle Mommy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna...
Yeah.
This is technically Bracer, but she's now Muscle Mommy from now on. Big lady. Enforcer, living, versatile, Vanguard, blah, blah, blah. Cost 6, 6/5 for our defenses, 5 move to size 2. Can someone paraphrase this model?
She also is speedy, because she gets to start up further. She has on the move. She also has shielded up. It looks like that's on the whole keyword, so they can just do shielded as they need.
Yeah.
She does have condition removal when she activates if a master henchman is nearby. If it's Burra, it's better. Or, excuse me, if it's Burra, it's condition removal. If it's master henchman, it's draw a card. There's a lot of discard in Guild, so draw isn't bad. She's got Shield Slam, so 1 damage, with a built-in trigger for a second ping of damage to that and something else, so good way to deal with armor or shielded. Or just ping out a bunch of stuff. A trigger on her pistol to hand out shielded to friendlies near the target. A heroic intervention, which we know is good. She's got a lot of movement tricks for Guild, which is, again, nice. And more ways of handing out shielded. So yeah, overall solid, especially for 6. Like,
Yeah, that's a nice package for 6
Yeah.
for 6 stones.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I think, like you'd been saying, Doug, it's another model that isn't murderous, and I think will play into GG4 and anything similar very well, and allow the guild to have more choices than they have had relatively recently, since a lot of their original titles, unless the general knowledge has changed and I've missed it, are still like kill first, scheme later. That's my read on it anyway.
Okay. Any other thoughts on Bracer? Musselmani?
I like the style of ability that we're getting with these. That like arcane resonance, where it's like do this, but also if the henchman's there, get this. It's kind of like what the Neverborn,
Klaus and Hildegard.
Oh, yeah.
Hildegard. Thank you.
Yeah, and the Watchmen have a similar thing too. They've been doing that in more of the starter boxes, and I think that's really cool.
Friendly reminder, Weird really needs to come up with a different starter for Explorers.
Yeah, a little bit.
Tiny bit. You think the glowy neon ram's head is a part of the model?
I hope so.
It sure better be.
She's not even looking at where she's pointing that gun, which I feel like is dangerous. Okay. Victoria.
Smash.
Yeah,
Yep.
again,
Correct.
not a
That's
question.
the correct answer.
That's the objectively
Smash.
correct answer.
That's objectively correct answer. Oh yeah,
Anyone who says no is a liar.
let's go talk to let's look at the Mignones, the battering ram and the Vanguard keyword, which is an excellent play on names considering rams are the guild shtick. So
Yeah.
S-
And then they're going to batter you.
yeah, same cost as a bracer.
Yep.
6 cost minion, versatile Vanguard minion living, blah, blah, blah. A 6/4 defensive track versus 6/5 on Bracer. Move 5, size 2. Ignores terrain when it takes the charge action.
Yep. And can use slam on the charge, which is interesting.
Yeah, I think that's
You can
interesting.
break destructible terrain.
Yeah, they're literally battering ramming, which is fun.
Yep.
I think this is the first model to have slam on it.
The words, the word.
Oh, yeah, the
meaning
wording of the
general
slam action. Yep.
I mean, to be
That
fair,
sounds right.
the slam action is fairly recent.
Yep. They get shielded when they're moved by a friendly, including themselves, once per activation. That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and if they end a push into a model, you get also a duel for 1 damage.
They kind of do
Bonk.
like a shockwave thing. Like, yeah, they
Yep.
bonk into stuff, and it's a problem.
Yep.
And then shields up. Hooray. And a sword
Yep.
with
With the push.
bulldozer / defensive reflexes, throwing knives.
With my eye. I love that trigger.
Yeah,
It's so
it's
good.
very fun. Also,
That was actually kind
thrown knife with puncture, so you can more likely get the severe and then place into base contact with them. Like, that's real fun.
Yep.
I think it's very interesting that just something fairly mundane as throwing a knife just has built into it some ability to teleport effectively, and I'm not sure how that works in my brain, but I still enjoy it.
Yeah, it is kind of an odd one.
Oh, cinematically, I'm just seeing them. He's already running at them, throwing the knife, and by the time the knife gets there, he's just still running at them, but is now there.
Oh no.
Yeah,
No, it's a grappling. It pulls him in.
even better.
The sphere is the fact that it lodges into the enemy and pulls you towards them.
Oh no, and he just throws it so hard, and he keeps a hold of the handle of the blade, so it just pulls with it.
Very Bugs Bunny. I like it.
Just eats himself.
Some good Bollywood physics there.
Hey, not just Bollywood. I think that's how Thor flies, at least originally.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like it. Pretty simple. A lot of, again, more movement tricks, which Gil needs.
Mhm.
And also just looks like a really cool model. Victoria, like I should ask any other talks about.
I think I don't know. Looking at the model, you would expect it because it has a giant metal ram head that it would have like armor 1 at least. But I feel like
Yeah,
considering-
ironically, this is
tinfoil.
the model that doesn't have armor. I do the bonus action that ups charges by 2 up to a min 7 for friendly models is neat.
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah.
Also, their building momentum is interesting, because that doesn't
Oh, yeah.
say other. So they gain a shielded when they move, and then
Yep.
if other people move them on other activations, like they are just now. Granted, they probably want to use that to hit people, but yeah, that I think is why they don't have armor.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of shielded, theoretically.
Okay, Victoria.
Smash. Mask stays on.
Yep, the helmet stays on.
I'm super...
Gotta keep the handles.
Exactly.
Like, I
Nice.
like this model, but I'm also extremely curious what the second one looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Last in Guild, we're finally at the end of Guild. Hooray. The big, stompy, versatile, the propagandist.
The other podcaster.
The other podcaster, which is a dude that is riding a fucking walker from Half-Life with speakers on it. Speakers that just seem to be pointing in every direction, haphazardly.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, and technically another Guild, another pull from Through the Breach, but I mean, honestly, I really, really like the artwork from Through the Breach for the propagandist, but this ain't it at all. I think that one was just like a dude with a big ass Guild
Big ass flag.
Yeah.
which
Yep.
I think would be cool. But this is more dystopian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good on Guild. Propagandist, Enforcer, Living Construct, Versatile, 10 cost, 5/5/5 and size 3. But armor 2 and wounds equal to cost. My mention before about
Spicy.
Yeah, that's pretty spicy.
Yep. And as it's a versatile, unless you're facing against augmented, you're probably not necessarily dragging in anti-armor with you. Okay.
Guild's always got access to coats, so it's not always a bad idea just to have some off anti-armor if you
I
have it.
do
but
love spamming coat just as much as I
do love their
fucking
coats.
Standing magical train.
And this guy can technically wear a coat because he's living and a construct.
Interesting.
He can be armor 3.
And then you can bring him with some of the shielded folks, and you have to do min 5 in order to hurt him at all.
Damn.
Okay, so camaraderie. You're probably almost always getting off. Hey, free draw a card, can discard to ignore a condition with nihilism. Rage Machine, which we saw on the Mega Pork Chop, but I never used with the Mega Pork Chop, is Guild using this more often than Bayou/Foundry?
Maybe I could see this model using it more often than the Mech Chop does, just because he has more wounds.
Yep.
Yeah, fair. And also, like, again, if you want to be a real bastard, bring in something that can give him shielded.
Well, it's irreducible,
Oh, sorry,
so.
my bad.
But the shielding does help just to avoid damage from stuff that isn't that when you're doing damage to yourself to do more damage.
And trample. So he can't get stuck.
You can step over people with those long leggies.
Attack is Propaganda Machine, 2, 3, 4, and quite often you're getting the +1 damage to it, I feel like. Especially since if you get off draw at secrets, your next attack is going to get the extra damage. So about half the time a 3, 4, 5 damage track, which is a lot more reasonable for a 10 Soulstone model. Vox Amplifier, range 8, unsigned willpower attack, so he can be hitting things with this even if they're engaging him. 2, 4 blast, 5 blast. So Rage Machines doesn't affect damage. You probably definitely want to be putting focused on him if you can.
Yeah.
Because that severe with the 4 on the blast is whew.
That's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trigger to duplicate a marker and focus forcing pseudo back.
So let's see. That's more schemes, or it's more pyre markers, or it's more pylons.
I feel like he probably doesn't necessarily want to drop a pylon or a pyre marker in base contact with himself, but
Yeah, that's fair.
it is a very interesting trigger for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and Bombastic Speech, which pulses out 3 inches from a 50mm base. Focused 1 on friendly minions. That's pretty good.
With a trigger to effectively also give all those every model within 3 nihilism.
Yeah.
Also good. Oh, hey, look, he can just give himself shielded. What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah, impassioned defense.
Fuck this guy. Never mind.
Also some serious card, not just draw, but it's cycling. So like, as long as
Discard 3, draw up to 3. Yeah.
as long as you have a low mask in hand, like there's no reason to stone for cards necessarily. Woof.
Or that tone trigger for extra attacks, and that's anyone. Just,
Yeah.
oh, Lucius, you're engaged with someone, take a free attack action.
Oof. Peacekeeper.
Well, Peacekeeper, I think, really wants its triggers if it can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but still,
that's
another
fair.
min 3 after you give shielded 2 to the armor 2 Peacekeeper, like, it's not bad. On the other hand, this is...
And then if it's also in Rage Machine range,
Yeah, oh my god.
chonky.
Granted, this is 10 stones, so it is, again, it is
Yeah. It's an investment.
Yeah.
Unlikely you're
to
bringing a peacekeeper as well.
Yeah, you are going to make decisions when you hire this model, which again, I like. I like models that make you make decisions. Also, I want to steal his chair. It's kind of like this standing motorbike thing, but it has like a leather back chair part of it.
And then like a motorcycle seat.
Yeah, I'm like that just looks weirdly comfy.
And instead of a steering wheel or handlebars, it's a microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the chair arms. He's not using them.
Mildly phallic microphone rising from the crotch area.
Yeah, I feel like the feet pedal things are what he uses to steer.
Yeah, I was getting that idea too.
For sure.
Okay, that's enough thoughts I have about him. Anyone else?
It looks like a pretty interesting 10-stone model. I really want to see this model.
Vickery Dickory Doc, you're up.
You know what? Smash.
Okay.
What's
I feel
what's
like
playing on the
I-
speakers during?
the speakers just play what's going on in the microphone, so the entire neighborhood's hearing what's going on.
Nice.
Unless he's got like, at least with Victoria, I'm assuming that she would force him to park it outside.
What?
What?
I asked what the speakers are playing during.
No, what did Doug say? I heard park it outside, but nothing before that.
Oh, that the speakers are just playing what's coming in through the microphone, so you're blasting the smashing across the entire neighborhood.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
As I say, I'm in just to figure out the logistics of figuring out this machine and can two people fit?
I mean, I would, but I don't think I can penetrate through armor 3 and shielded. Like,
That's why you gotta get the coat off.
I mean, it looks like there's a seat right underneath him, and just sit in his lap.
Also, on the other hand, if you're wearing the coat, you have laugh off, so you can't be moved, so you can't fall off of it.
Yep.
Hey, let's talk about Neverborn.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yay.
purple.
don't you fake that enthusiasm. We know what you feel.
I care about like 2 of these models.
Okay, starting off with Smash. Sorry. Someone else talk about a thon. I feel like someone else talk about a thon. I'm right.
Eli, you are the resident purple man.
Doesn't mean I'm the resident talkie man.
Eh,
I've been kind of looking at this model just because there's been some local players who've been getting into like Nephilim and Fae. So we got 5/7, 5/2. She's Fae Nephilim, as I just mentioned. Cost 8 with Black Blood because she is another ancient Nephilim, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds right from the Neverborn book.
Yeah. And possibly the most important line of text on this card, the Gone to Seed ability, friendly models with an 8 may treat the Germinate action as a bonus action.
Nice.
At least for one of the keywords.
Nice.
That is incredible. That is...
Yeah. Notably the keyword that needs the more help.
Yeah. Enemy models killed by this model drop corpse. Okay, so she makes sure anything she kills drops a free corpse. She's got regen because she's a Nephilim, and she's unimpeded because, unimpeded when there's going to be all kinds of markers and nonsense flying around.
Hang on.
She has a living blade.
Unimpeded, not just you ignore markers?
Yeah. Yeah, I know,
That's
right?
amazing.
It's crazy how that works.
Yeah. Crazy.
Living blade, solid melee attack, 2/4/5 with a heal and an injure on a trigger. Range attack is awesome. If the target's engaged, has a positive, ignores underbrush markers. How about that? 2/3/4 with coordinated attack and siphon life. Good triggers, love those. And we also have thirsty roots, so she can drop a shockwave that does poison and damage, and has a trigger to make that a underbrush shockwave.
Woof. And it's already Shockwave 2. That's huge.
A nice 50 mil shockwave 2 for 2 damage and poison.
Woo. And she's a henchman, so she can stone for that. Ooh, boy.
Yep, and you're minus on your duel for each other non-shockwave marker within 3 of you. And she can move underbrush markers around. She seems solid.
Yeah.
I think this model is in every Fae crew.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't see a good one. It's the death of what's her name?
Actually,
The henchman.
Ashlyn.
Aislinn?
Aislinn, yeah.
I had a thought on that as you were saying that. I think, in a weird way, this actually...
I think Athana makes Aislinn better.
Yeah, because of Gone to Seed, so suddenly
Yeah.
Ashlyn has a bonus action that is always relevant.
Yeah, I think if you can afford it and the pool calls for it, they're good together, but in general, Athana is always going to take the priority spot.
Yes.
just because she is incredible and she turns on how the crew wants to do what the crew do.
Mm-hmm.
Any other thoughts from anyone else?
Desmonia's thirst. Just honestly, this sounds like she's throwing the sword.
Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe she is.
Maybe she is. I
Or-
like that. I like that idea. I like this. It's a throw knife. She just can't teleport next to the person.
Yeah.
It's too big.
Or she has throwing straws and just. Yep.
Or just an 8-inch straw.
That links nicely to her sword.
She's got
a long, crazy straw that she just sticks into the sword.
Oh, no, worse.
Just reaches out and pokes you
She's
with.
got an 8-inch proboscis.
Hidden in all those leaves. So I'm gonna...
Okay, so, I think someone mentioned earlier, she is another brood mother, so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming she's a henchman and not a master because she, at least in her lore, has kind of been neutral so far, which means she probably doesn't do a ton of fighting, so I can see her usefulness, effectiveness on the battlefield lessened to the point of being a henchman.
She just wants to grow her plants or make her poisons.
Mildly curious. Not even mildly curious. I'm pretty sure she's naked underneath all those plants, which is fine.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, do what you want, girlfriend. She's a Nephilim without wings. So I'm just not sure how that works at this point.
Interesting.
The twins don't have wings, do they?
Yeah.
No.
I think
some of them
it's... Yeah, some of them just don't have wings.
Are you saying that she's just like a fucking grown-up Lilith too? Because I'm okay with that.
Maybe.
Also, Lilith doesn't have wings.
Took
Well,
the
she
words
got
out of my
like
mouth.
transformed and she willingly transformed
chose
herself
that.
into like human.
Maybe Athana just doesn't want wings.
Okay, fine, cool.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I think we are all on board with the Victoria's answer to the question we're going to ask now.
Yeah,
Smash.
absolute smash.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
What that skull do?
Sits on the nightstand and watches?
Ah.
The cuck skull.
That's Bob.
It's Yorick.
Oh. Yep.
She got nice horns.
She do have nice horns. That's
Does
a nice
the-
pair of horns.
Does the living blade get involved? I mean, it's living, right?
No blades.
Pool noodle.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about living blades is they can
She
transform
can
themselves.
spank you with it. Choose the flat side.
Oh my.
I don't think
It is a thirsty blade.
I don't think you use a living blade as a paddle.
What if Desmona wants that?
What
If
if the blade
Desmona
wants
wants
that?
that's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, you get to
Moan
ask.
is in the name.
One last question, y'all.
Yeah.
Does this look like a size 2 model at all to you?
She should be size
And
3.
it'll depend on the model.
She's gotta be fucking short as hell because those horns are
She's gonna have big, tall horns. But yeah, she's size 2 on a 30 mil,
you're
which is...
just
She
staring
should
at
be-
her and she's like, my eyes are
I
down
would have
here.
expected her to be bigger.
She should be a big lady.
Big.
I would have expected her to be like Castor 1 sized.
I think the size 2 is specifically so that big Nephilim can carry her around.
Yeah,
that
that's
makes
fair.
sense.
That does make her more.
Okay.
That does make her
Yeah.
more transportable.
Sure.
So she's like size 3 in height, but like size 2 in mass,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is why we have size instead of height nowadays. Because size makes more sense. Okay.
It's kind of like the big old snakes that are very short, but like they're size 3 anyway because they big.
Yeah, they real long.
Long. Tree.
Tree. The carnivorous weirdwood is basically a tree that learns to enjoy the taste of flesh. This artwork, what
And
the
would make an excellent Goosebumps cover.
Yep.
It's very Goosebumps. Very Goosebumps.
Also, Sam
He's so wacky.
Sam Raimi found one of these in the woods at some point, and that has just
and filmed Evil
yeah,
Dead.
exactly. That just transformed his whole life view.
So, it's a tree with eyeballs and a mouth.
And move 5.
Which, damn it, I was going to get to that. I was going to make that
Sorry.
joke, and you ruined it for me. Thank you.
Cut line.
No, the lore does not imply anything to do with eyes and a nose. Why does it
And a
have
nose,
these
yeah.
things?
He's got a sniffer,
It's got a snow. What's the point of it? Does the tree get boogers?
so he can smell blood.
Yeah.
I used to get squirrels up there.
Oh, not nose squirrels.
But this is, as Nate pointed out, this is a fucking living tree that is move 5 and defense 6.
It's like that. I like the idea that he like picks up like the base of himself, like a dress, and there's like legs under there, like leggy roots, and he's just gonna.
Like, no, like just like normal ass pink human legs with a bunch of hair.
Oh,
Hairy, thick, hairy
Wrong.
legs.
Yeah.
wrong. Fishnets.
Oh,
There it is.
yeah, there it is.
The stat line is just fucking hilarious because it's a
It's so
goddamn
wacky.
tree.
Also, armor
Yep.
1 and healing from planet roots, like, for 7. I think this comes out of keyword if you're looking for a tanky model in Swamp Fiend or something.
Yeah, I think this is really a poster child for like defensive creep because it's a cost 7 with wounds at health, armor 1, and defense 6.
Also, another 2-inch melee on 50s. Those are becoming a little more prevalent.
What's up, Eli?
No, I really like regrowth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool ability. Copy a
Because,
marker.
like, if you happen to be one of the people who brought something to destroy undestroyable markers, underbrush markers, what if fuck you? I'm going to put another one out.
Yep.
So since this is once per turn, it doesn't affect scheme markers removed for scoring, right? Because that's taken outside of the turn. Is that right?
No, I think that's what you're thinking of once per activation, because that happens outside of the activation phase. That is still happening within the structure of the turn.
Yeah.
Well, fuck this thing. Then.
So yeah, he can absolutely score off of a scheme marker and then drop a new scheme marker.
That's incredible. It does have to be a base
I believe
contact,
that's how that works.
so it's a bit limiting.
Yeah, but I mean, if he was the one who dropped
But
it in the
not-
first
yeah.
place and he just needs it back in the same spot, just whoop, whoop.
Absolutely.
Tree on the outflank, just whoop, whoop.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, he's got attack actions, but what the fuck? Germinate? With Cradle of Life?
Yep.
A tree?
Oh yeah.
Wee! Jump.
Which, if you bring a Thana, he is just placing
Doing that as a bonus action.
6 inches. The bonus
This tree is
action.
so fast.
Why the fuck is this tree so fast?
So it can catch its prey.
Oh, and an ability to give Nephilim within one of the drop marker positives.
Ah,
Oh no!
gross.
Also, his attack is bite worse than its bark, and I love that.
Yeah, I love that too.
Ugh.
I need a large hound model to have that attack as well, just because funny.
Oh, man. No, I hate this thing.
I love it. It's good.
No, it's just like fucking... the Sacred Roots is just negative
wood.
play experience. Nephilim don't fucking need positives.
So and
Sorry, positives to actions. Not attack actions. Actions.
hmm
And it's not once per turn or once per activation. You just constantly get fucking positives.
yeah, this is a
You have to be within one of the thing, but still, yeah.
It's a 50 millimeter marker that you normally can't remove.
yeah. And you have plenty of people who can move them at least a little bit. This is a keyword meshing that I get why they did it fluff-wise, but as far as like leveling out power stuff, this is to me the Neverborn version of Performer and Witness of like
Yeah.
this is a weird blend. Because Faye definitely like appreciates both of these models and is in need of the help. Nephilim is not, especially after the Hounds got helped, and I don't think they already were in too much need of help.
I will say, I don't think most of the very problematic Nephilim lists have a lot of space for this.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Like the
Yeah.
two models that we just got, I don't think there's going to be a lot of room for them.
Yeah.
Which
I think most of it really is very Fey oriented.
yeah.
That's 15 stone.
Yeah, and I think that
Yeah.
is, again, the saving grace here. Like, we're seeing on a lot of these, like, holy shit models, it's forcing you to make decisions. And if you're making those decisions to take those, you're not bringing the gas for the current holy shit list. Excellent call, Eli.
And yeah, honestly, I think it was made good specifically so that people would hire something other than
Yeah,
the same standard list.
yeah.
So just got a different negative play experience. Got options for negative play. I could be wrong. It just seems like a lot. And I feel like Sacred Roots would make a whole lot more difference if that was the fake keyword and not Nephilim. But
That's fair.
Excuse me. Yep.
okay, we'll see how it
Yeah,
pans out.
I don't know why it's limited to friendly Nephilim. Just make it
Yeah.
like, why limit it to Nephilim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Victoria?
Pass.
No way.
No.
You don't want splinters?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
That is some high quality wood right there you're passing up on.
It's got a nose.
He's got a nose.
Why does the nose matter?
I don't get
Why
it.
do you think the nose is going to change my mind about the fact that I don't want a fucking tree?
I love him.
I feel like it makes it worse, honestly.
I want to give him a hat.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, what a great model.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse
I,
me.
re-
I love
I
that.
really hope this is just like taking up the whole base and like the face is like pushing an inch forward off of it, like
Yeah.
big old tree face.
I think the roots are going out further than the face.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like that front root is like stretched forward like it's an arm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. Definitely looking forward to seeing whatever conversions people do of what they put in the mouth that he is currently eating.
Yeah, but keep going back and forth in my head, because, like, yeah, it's a 50 millimeter, and you can't drop it onto your models, and you kind of gotta show your hand where you're gonna start doing stuff, but I don't know what a lot of stuff in the game that just says positives to literally every duel
Yeah.
everyone makes
Yeah.
that is near this.
No limit.
Mhm.
Attacks, tactical actions, defense, willpower.
Yep.
Ooh,
Well, it's just actions, so it's not for defense or willpower. It's just
Okay.
during their actions duels.
okay,
But still,
that helps me, but,
yeah.
Oh god, especially with young that already have built-in positives. Ugh.
So what you're saying is that instead of ending the existence of Luck Thief, everyone needs access to it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Let's pick like the worst faction. The faction with the worst upgrades, and give them an upgrade with Luck Thief.
So
Oof.
outcasts?
Ooh.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
I don't like that, Doug.
But what if we made it actually the minion only ability? That
I like that better.
Say no.
I like that better.
Still moderately terrifying.
okay. We ain't fucking the tree.
No.
Move
Speak for
on
yourself.
to hello.
Oh, is Eli
Crook
fucking the tree?
Crook skin. Mimic Savage. It's another 30 millimeter for fucking Savage keyword, thankfully. Okay. Mimic Savage keyword, minion, living 5/4 on its defensive abilities, move 5, size 2, +1 wound, hard to wound, and
Got
stealth.
that Reser stats.
Mhm.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Be a nice, actually defensive tanky model in Mimic with
Yeah.
Lucius.
Especially with Unruly, so you can just be like, yeah, and they're healing back up, it's fine.
Yep.
I kind of like that, honestly.
And the old ways, which is nice.
And the
is
old
nice.
ways.
You're not really doing a whole lot with the attack action. I mean, Rake the Eyes is nice, but not guaranteed, especially on a stat 5, but it's move.
What you can do though is if you startle someone with your bonus action, so now they're -2 move, and if you like forced it in with a good card, use that old ways card on your melee attack.
Yeah, that's a good call. And also that
So like if you've got a good ram or a good mask, just force it in for the startle.
and that staggered enables all the garrots as well in the keyword.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Lucius loves a good startle.
It's good. It's still just a okay, like by itself, an okay attack.
Yeah.
Kind of a
It's
mediocre
a-
attack for a 6-cost minion.
I think it's a pretty good setup.
Yeah, you have to set it up, but I think if you do that, especially if you do what Nate said with the old ways and you're dropping a high ram, you have a min 3 on your 6-cost minion that's fairly tanky and can heal. For a 6-cost minion, I'm not complaining about it.
You know what
Yeah.
I don't like about the Crook skin
What's that?
is because it takes both keywords where everyone's like, oh, you should have all the cards you want because of these tricks, and then like you never have the cards you want. Like, oh, Lucius draws every card in the deck, so you should always have the card you want. And then obviously every card you will ever want will be on the top of your discard pile with the Savage models. So like you'll just always have the card you want, and it never fucking happens.
All right, but Eli, this model makes ice pillars on a 5.
You know what? That is pretty fucking great.
Have you considered that?
That is
Makes-
pretty fucking great.
It makes Ice Pillars on a 5, can do that as a bonus action if it wants, and it heals one when it does it.
And it's a built-in tome. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
They
how you
like,
finally
do
the
it.
learned
tome is
that's it.
built in for him. Oh man, Never mind. I forgot. Well, I saw one spray activation. I was going to say he could just stand there and make an ice wall. But no, he can only make one.
A very small ice wall.
He heals one, and then other things happen.
Yeah, I like him. He's interesting. I want to see what the other
Wait, why can you only do it
sculpt
one
is.
time?
Because it says once per activation.
Yep.
Are we not? I feel like we also need to talk about Sneak Away.
Oh yeah, no, I love Sneak.
Oh
Away.
yeah, he's got Sly's small
teleport.
back alley or whatever. Yeah. The other Crookskins on the site, Roman.
Oh.
It's on the release schedule. He's like crouching and has an extra arms.
Oh yeah,
It's cute.
Fantastic. 10-10, no notes. I'm gonna give him a hat.
I love the idea of this thing just like being in a guild crew. Like all the other mimics, they could at least
It's me, Ted from accounting. He sneaks away like up a wall. Oh God, where'd he go?
all of the
So
other
why is
mimics
this-
at least can be people. These specifically
Actually, yeah,
cannot.
and that is a sneak away that goes off on a 5 of masks. Like that's really good, actually. Yeah. Now that we mention it, now that I'm really looking at that,
It's like, oh, well, suddenly this guy's actually a fucking scheme runner.
Yeah,
good little scheme runner. Yeah, pretty tough for 6 stones. Able to jump 8
and
inches.
he's going to.
Not
You're going to send
bad.
him after other scheme runners. You're going to stagger them so they're not going to run schemes very well, and then you're going to beat their asses.
Agony, misery, whoa. Sorry,
No, that's
I did
the
Into
next
the
model.
Woods in high school. Yeah, you know what? Actually, probably Lucius should be like, if anyone from the guild questions, this is the Nightcrawler network.
It's him.
Like if you said this thing was fucking called the Nightcrawler network, you'd buy it.
Yeah,
Like most of the people in the guild probably haven't met Walter, so and they're dumb generally.
Walter.
Especially if you give him a hat.
Weird gray naked skin and a nice hat.
100%.
You just paint him red.
And then he'd go faster.
Okay, Vic, back. I'm too afraid to pull up the
Yeah,
tab.
she's up.
Okay, Vickery, are you fucking this monster?
Pass.
Aw, it's because
Coward.
it's got like 30 eyes.
Now hear me out.
It's also got like 4 mouths, so like
I'm looking at the one specifically with 4 hands. Me and 3 bros. Doug, Roman, Eli.
We are, in fact,
You
3
in?
bros.
No, it just.
Oh, no.
It just looks so uncomfortable and like it's in pain.
Yeah.
It looks cold. Which,
all
I mean,
the
it's a Savage
time.
model, so.
And also, like, you can see where the bits should be, and it's a Ken doll.
all
Like,
Taut skin
again 4 mouths.
I don't care.
with spiky teeth. Eli, are you mouth fucking the knee mouth?
I was about to say I don't see any spiky teeth on the knee mouth.
God.
This is someone's kink, definitely.
Absolutely.
This took Get on Your Knees to a completely different zone.
I don't care how many mouths this thing has. Like,
Okay,
no.
But clearly, Eli, speaking of model with a lot of mouths,
You took the words out of mine.
one last thing before I go.
one last thing on the
Do you
crook
think
skin.
the extra heads are able to actually speak?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
They can only scream.
Actually, I think they all speak at the same time at slightly different modulations.
Ugh.
Oh,
Ugh.
Horrifying.
I love the
No,
idea.
thank you.
They speak in
the
a minor
long-
key. Absolutely.
There's like a path from his lungs down to his fucking knee.
Yeah.
An airway. Oh, that is some incorrect biology.
Oh man. And then the knee mouth
You don't.
swallows down the wrong tube. You just gotta cough
Has to
and,
swallow
yeah,
up.
and you're like coughing
lung-
out
you
of your
don't-
knee.
I didn't say it could swallow. I said it had its lungs connected. You don't swallow with your lungs, Roman.
Yeah,
Oh,
you also
God,
didn't
it
say
just
the
has
stomach wasn't
An air
connected.
pipe down esophagus.
He's
I don't-
got a set of tiny lungs in the back of his neck.
Ah, back of the knee lungs.
He's got thigh lungs.
Oh, so every time you walk, it works like a bellows.
Yeah, he's got a single thigh lung in at least that thigh.
Every time he walks.
oh my god, I hate this.
We don't know. They're
We're
not
the
human.
worst.
Fair.
We don't know their biology.
Fair.
I don't think they know their biology.
Nobody knows their biology.
They're mimics.
They reject their
Okay.
own biology.
I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna actually share my screen because I think it'll
Oh,
also
no.
share my audio. Let's see
Oh,
if this
no.
crashes. Squadcast.
Oh god, this is a brave move.
Throw it in the Discord channel. That might be safer.
Okay, fine. Okay, so if those things can vocalize,
Oh,
I've got to
no.
open up Discord again. Thank you.
no.
What's no, Victoria?
It's not. Please tell me it's not what I'm thinking of.
I don't know. I generally don't know. Discord is certainly taking its time.
Oh boy.
The anticipation.
The little instruments where you. The mouth?
No.
I'm wondering if
Okay.
I know.
Does this
None of
does
this is good.
change anyone's opinion if those little heads can vocalize and this is what they're singing?
Oh no. Yes. I'm in.
I'm still not fucking it.
No,
I'm
I
not
think-
going to play it. I just already know, and I'm in.
I was not trying to change your mind with that. I'm sharing the Piranha Plants on Parade song. There are people
Super
that
Mario
aren't,
Wonder.
that aren't part of this group. Yeah, no, that's the first thing I thought of. There's they sound like that. They could definitely sound like the Piranha Plant singing.
Yeah.
They could. They certainly could.
I was imagining more like just each of them has like the most rudimentary of vocal cords, so it's just raspy, like exhale talk.
Screaming.
Yeah.
All
Like,
it does
I can't
is
do it
ask
with
you
my-
to kill it. Okay, now we can get onto the mouths thing.
The other mouth
Moving
model.
from one mouth to 6 others.
Mouth.
Less heads, but more mouths.
Mouth. So this has just got to be an advanced Insidious Madness. This is Delirium. 9-cost Enforcer, Nightmare, Woe keywords. Makes a lot of sense. I like the combination here.
Yeah.
It's an Insidious Madness with extra mouths and extra masks, and the masks are shattered, and also just jagged pieces of glass.
I'm
Mirrors.
really hoping
Yeah,
that
good-
mirror is part of the
Super
model.
fun.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gotta
Yeah,
be.
I'd be very surprised if it's not.
How often does Weird put something in the art that they don't include in the model? Because we keep asking that question in this episode. Like
That's fair.
I think
we've asked it like
we're all just
3 times at least.
I think we're all just slightly jaded over Ledger.
Yeah, Ledger is missing his cool magic swoopies. It's
Oh, whoops.
You don't have to throw stuff on the ground about it, Doug.
He's very upset about Ledger.
Fair. Defense creep. It's a 5/6, 6 move, size 3, with wounds equal to cost, incorp, and terrifying.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, something there should either not be there or reduced.
Trying 12 on an enforcer. That's
Yeah, terrifying 12. That's solid.
that's pretty crazy.
Also, I do want to point
Like
out...
this thing is as terrifying as Chompy.
Yeah. I do want to point out, we've seen multiple things in this book already that ignore incorporeal, which isn't something we've seen a ton of so far. So there is some, with the defense creep, there is some more counter tech happening as well.
Okay, fair.
New opportunist here. Opportunist on adversary now.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
With a bonus to give people adversary X. Where it's specifically adversary him.
Yeah, this model's name,
With a got your nose trigger.
which I love. Amazing.
What a fucking dork.
Ironically, this model has, no noses of its own.
He does the thing, right?
Yeah.
He reaches out one of those grippy hands and just goes bleep.
Yep.
It shrieks, got your nose in 27 different mouths. All different languages.
Yep.
Yup. Oh no.
Notably and sensibly, Savage Bite. Okay, so we have another Min
Yep.
3 in both keywords, which I think both of them appreciate. Again, expensive, forces you to make decisions in how you're building both Woe and Nightmare. Oh, Psychotic Influence is interesting. So it's a ranged enemy only versus willpower. It's either a 1/3/4 damage or end a condition, and if the condition is ended, the target gains a condition of this model's choice with a value of +1 if any. So you can have your pick, if they already have a condition, you can have your pick of Opportunist and Misery going off, which, pretty solid. Oh, with a Prey on Nothingness trigger, when resolving, you can end a condition on the target for +1 damage. So if you don't...
This is some aggressive condition removal.
Yeah. And Lucid Dream. Okay, that's interesting.
Terrifying.
Misery's once per activation.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully.
Yes.
That's good, because it just I assumed you do autophobia to give it adversary, and then you can remove adversary and put stunned on it, and then remove stun and put stunned on it. Which, I guess you could still use that with other people's adversary. You just need 2 models next to it, not...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is pretty par for the course in Pandora.
Or you give it adversary, remove it, give it stunned, remove it, give it adversary woe instead of this model.
Yep. And
brutal.
Yeah. And I'm gonna guess. Yeah, looking ahead to the minions, they also have opportunist adversary, which means if this guy leaves his adversary on it, they can tear it off for a positive flip.
But they would already... Oh, no, yeah, for his adversary.
Exactly.
Never mind.
And because it's adversary him specifically, you can still add on adversary whatever else, and it trigger again.
Oh, okay. Autophobia's... Got Your Nose is fucking good. Holy shit. Like, does that not also affect the Terrifying duel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck. I mean, yeah, the shenanigans with putting, like, stunned on him twice is... It can be real clever and bad, but also it's you're wasting the entire activation of a 9 Soulstone model, so I'm not sure if it's going to be worth it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's just hard to take down,
Yeah.
which I think is good for both these keywords, and it's got a lot of trickery, and at the very end of the day, you can just start smacking things for min 3.
I do like the idea of going after something like in like a Sonya crew, for example, and being like, your burning's gone, now have something bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'll be fun. Also, just, especially in Pandora, this is a move 6 model. It's not that her crew is specifically slow, but they like to bubble so much that I know when I've played them, you almost want to bring something that, like, there's either a squad running off on one side, or, like, you just kind of don't worry about the flanks, or you're bringing something at a keyword. This guy, I think, he's fast enough, he's going to go hunt down scheme runners, and not worry too much if he's out of the bubble.
Yeah, I think he can play pretty independently. Yep. It's his stuff's all together.
Lucid Dream on a non-minion is a choice.
Yeah.
On a non-minion that goes out of keyword, even.
Yeah. I think that... So, because it's just on him, that means if you're taking it into Woe, you're removing 5 cards a game, and you have no way of getting them back, so if you flip 3 high cards, you are removing a high card. So there's a little bit of gambling there. I could also just see this being kind of a gateway to, okay, I'm going to bring this guy and a Stitched, just so they can kind of hang out together. I could see that.
And I think the autophobia, I think, is strong enough. You're not going to not be doing that. Yeah. So, he'll probably Lucid Dream turn 1, and then go about his life with autophobia and comboing into Psychotic Influence.
Yeah, I think so.
That makes sense.
So my question is this too good against crews that require having conditions on themselves?
It's a brutal pick. And
a lot
of the
fucking good out of keyword, even just because you're not only
for 10 stones for that kind of tech. Yeah.
Stat 6 against willpower, 8-inch range, not only taking off the critical condition, but then putting on a negative condition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a huge swing.
Fucking brutal.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be something to consider playing those kind of crews into Neverborn now.
Well, and I think that's totally valid. I think the other trick is, unless you have a way to give him fast, he's doing that at most twice, and that's assuming he was already in the place where he was able to reach those models, which...
I don't know, Roman, is there a way to give models fast in WoW?
Maybe. Maybe a little bit. But either way, that's at most 3 times... It's good, don't get me wrong. I don't know that it's going to be a problem for condition crews. I don't know that it's going to kneecap them.
Pandora 2 is already doing it on her own to 3 different models.
Yeah, assuming she's close to them. Yeah.
I don't like Pandora 2.
That's okay.
Okay. Are we Victoria? All important question.
Absolutely not.
Coward.
But
I don't think I'm brave enough either.
That tongue.
Yeah, I was gonna say what them multiple tongues do. Yeah.
I think the biggest downside is the mirror shards.
It's the glass. It's all the glass everywhere.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's so much glass, and there's also
problem.
many teeth.
Very toothy mouths. Yeah.
Hear me out. Pool noodles.
Oh my god. This episode is just called Pool Noodles at this
That's
point.
definitely on my list of things we
Like-
should call
No,
it.
this
It's a
episode.
contender.
This episode is called Pool Noodles. Delirious Thrall is a divisive model.
They're little guys.
Little guys, the minions.
Why are they divisive? What do they do?
I've either heard they're bad or they're insanely good.
Oh, fascinating.
Is
Yeah.
that based on keyword or just
I-
opinion?
Don't know. It's based on whether misdirection is actually worth its money or not. Anyways, Delirious Thrall 5 cost, minion 3 living, I guess. Nightmare Woe.
Wait.
What the
Yeah, it is.
fuck?
It's living.
I think
Why
it's-
is it
I
alive?
think it's because they used to be people.
Yeah, those are people
Oh.
that Delirium brought
Oh,
in
no.
and
Yep.
fucked with.
Oh no.
Those
I
people
love-
decided...
Oh, those are
way.
people.
This is the real reason we're not smashing Delirium, because that's what's happening.
These are
Yeah, I
are
don't want to become one of
post-smash
them.
Delirium.
These are the real freaks.
the lovers of Delirium. I feel like if it's living, then it'll also be got a construct because it's got giant shards of glass in it. But six
Living glass.
defense with a mask baked in. I wonder what that's for. 4 willpower, 5 moves, size 2. Defense trigger of a mask. Misdirection. Immediately another model within 2 inches of this model must either discard a card or suffer the effects of this action instead of this model. The attacking model may not be chosen for this effect. This is... Yeah, we've seen this on other models, right? Right?
Yeah, that exists. It's not...
It's in Thunders, I
Yeah,
think.
I think it's still on Thunder's Brothers.
Yep, it's on Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
That's why
A
we've
model
never
that
seen it,
comes
because
out.
no one ever brings it.
Yeah,
Okay, so keep in mind this is the effects, so you've already hit this thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So after hitting it,
It
then
says
you
immediately.
deal... Yeah.
So that's before the hit.
Well, as in, like, this is after you've done with, like, the duel.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought you meant after, like, damage. My bad.
No, sorry. Yeah, no, like, this is
That
you
was- that
getting
was
past
me.
the defense 6,
When-
and then being like, you know what, I don't like whatever you're going to do to this thing. Do it to your friend over there unless you discard a card.
Yeah.
Or one of your own tougher models.
Yep, fair. Indeed.
Also, isn't it, like, because the media, it doesn't have to succeed or fail. It just happens as long as you
Correct.
have the mask.
Yep.
So even if they miss you, you can throw it on something else. Just suffer the effects of this action.
Okay. Is there anything that gets off on stuff missing attacks on it?
No,
You're
it
the
just
nightmare-
but it just says it
Yeah.
suffers the effects of. It doesn't matter whether you hit or not. It just says they suffer the effects of the action.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying if there's an advantage to passing it off if they miss you.
Because you can hit someone else.
Yeah, and unless there's a rule that I'm forgetting that says effects only happen... 'cause, no, honestly, even the way this is worded, I'm pretty sure the way that works is if you swing at them, if you don't discard a card, even if you miss, they're suffering the effects right away. Like, that just happens. Because immediately does not care if you pass or fail.
That changes the math.
I think I'm lost now.
What we're saying is it's not like, oh, I attack and then I miss and so nothing happens. It's like I attack and whether or not I hit or miss, like it will always hit my friends that are nearby
Unless they discard.
unless they discard.
Yes. My thing is, does it ever matter if you miss? If you flip a miss, does it actually matter if you're pawning the attack off onto someone else?
Yes, because it's not
Yes.
saying they suffer the attack. They suffer the effects of the attack.
The effects of the
Yeah,
action.
so you no longer care about the duel.
Okay.
And then you would...
Yeah, that's one that could use some clarification because that
needs to change.
is going to potentially cause arguments.
Okay, that's extra bullshit. That's fine. That's fine.
What is Malifaux for if not causing arguments? Like
Okay, so misery, opportunist,
An opportunist adversary. Yep.
a melee attack that's
That's wacky.
Yeah, that's wacky and interesting.
if they share a suit between the delirious throw and the attacking model, it mirrors the damage track to a 3-2-1,
Goes to 3-2-1.
which is going to be hilarious when you flip
3 severes.
3 severes.
Yep. Or these guys are weirdly... They kind of want to go at models that have baked in defensive suits, because then you're more likely to have like a 50% chance to go after them.
Also, things with hard to wound.
Yes.
Okay. And a trigger to give adversary threaten, which gives out a different kind of adversary, which is a 4 on positives.
That's an interesting choice. I mean, it's low, but again, it's versus willpower, so willpower tends to be a little lower. But you have a positive, so you're getting around anything with a single negative. Also, there's an on your heels trigger there, which is fun.
And also, there's a daze trigger there.
Yeah. Whew.
I think this might be there to like burn cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glimpse of
And then
Insanity.
if it hits, it hits.
Everybody has it. Or the other tactical action. House of Mirrors. Needs a 5. It's a 4-inch aura, and it gives friendly models within that aura that share a keyword with this model misdirection. It does not build in the mask for them, though, so that's good.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
But it does give you the ability to pull a mask out of your discard pile, and it doesn't matter if it's a shitty one because you just put it in your defense.
Yep.
And they will not hit you.
Unless they discard a card.
Yeah. But I mean, you just got a free 5 or less mask to throw in if you didn't have anything good.
Yeah.
So I'm going back to misdirection. If they discard, is suddenly the Delirious Thrall now being affected by the effects of the action, even if it was a miss?
No.
Yeah, discarding...
Yeah, no, because it would still miss the Delirious Thrall.
Yeah.
So for the effects of this action instead of this model, which makes it sound like this model is suffering the effects of an action.
I
I
guess.
think we just need to revisit it as far as where
Yeah.
it goes.
My
I guess would the effect of a failed action be nothing?
I think that's what it's going with here, but...
The problem is misdirection hasn't been used because no one uses 10 Thunders Brothers, so no one knows how it works.
Yeah.
Okay, so the stuff I heard about this not being very good is like misdirection still can just be ignored if your opponent has cards.
I mean,
and I can see that, but also like it's effective hand drain.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, both
That always goes off.
both Woe and Nightmare love it when your cards are gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nightmare to even the battlefield, and Woe so they can get more bullshit off.
Uh-huh. I mean, everyone enjoys when your hand is fucking gone. Let's be honest here. Yeah, it really. I think it really depends on how much draw your opponent can get off, and they also just aren't forced to attack the Delirious Thrall, so they can just ignore it, and it's just not doing a whole ton. It's just being annoying if you leave it alone.
Yeah. I mean, it's also defense 6, cost 5 with 6 wounds, so it's got that going for it.
Yeah.
Yep. I think you just need to make sure nothing's within 2 inches. All right. So the one cheeky bullshit, especially if it suffers the effects, means even if it's a miss, it still goes off, and that's if you can force a full hand discard on your opponent and then actually use Carver to pass on executes.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
With like a 1 of tomes and a 2 of tomes, or he can just stone for it too, and you either got to burn through all your soul stones or you're just fucked. Which takes up a lot of setup, but I can see that for the occasional person being a huge negative play. But it's already a Woe model, so comes with the
They already
territory.
don't like having friends.
Dang.
I know. When to get your guys' thoughts on it, because
It's interesting. It would definitely be interesting to see on the table.
I don't think you're going to get as much out of misdirection as you're hoping to get. But I also think that given that it can be summoned in both of its keywords,
Yeah. And both those summons put them right next to the enemy model.
yeah, I think that's where it becomes effective.
Yeah. You probably don't hire them.
This is chaff.
I think if you hire one, it's in Pandora 1 and you stick it next to where Candy's living, just so, hey, you want to do attack Candy? Okay, you're already stunned because you activated next to
Yeah.
her. Now you have to discard a card to even think about it. Have fun. Like, it's...
Ugh.
That is, yeah, I do like that.
Candy's best friend.
the more I think about it, the more I think that misdirection really needs to if it's a miss, it counts as a miss regardless, because otherwise there is an idea to just bring as much chaff as possible because you're just going to outweigh your opponent by auto hitting them.
Okay, here's where I think we determine that a miss is a miss is the effects of the action. Okay, what is it at a positive, a negative, or a non-existent?
It'd be based on the differential.
Yeah,
Because that's how defense triggers work that do damage flips.
correct. But if you have less than theirs,
Yes,
then it's
that
a
still
miss.
works.
So it's a miss.
Because there are damage flips that work on defensive triggers even if you get hit, because they're after resolving triggers.
that was-
So now the differential is I'm within 5 under you, so I have a negative. that differential, it's either way. It's not a positive or negative. It's just within 1 to 5, within 6 to 10, 11 plus.
They record an FAQ.
Yep.
Yep. That differential is already accounted for.
I think we're done
shit.
talking about him. I kind of want to keep...
Yeah.
Yeah, let's let that one go.
All right, Victoria.
Smash or pass.
Are we still on the thrall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe?
That's too much glass.
Still,
Do-
yeah,
do-
it's still the mirrors.
Okay, but like, you could be positioned so the mirrors aren't like,
Nope.
I don't know.
It's a WoW model. I don't
I-
trust it to not have glass everywhere.
I
Yeah,
need
they-
to
you
see
don't know
the
how
other
deep those
side
are.
of
They
it.
could be
Because,
inside.
like, a butt shard is a no-no for me. Anyways,
Like- I'm gonna say no, but also like, depends.
I love you.
No asterisk.
Do you want me to just, like, get your attention when we get around to the Syzygy sisters?
No, it's fine.
Okay, because I already know your answer for the next two.
I mean, even the Leech King, it's gonna kind of depend. Like,
Will he take a shower?
do first off, do the leeches stay on?
Obviously.
Okay, then that's a pass on the Leech King. Then,
I feel
Even
like
if they're
he'd have to take them
although,
off for the sake of not like rolling around
Smushing.
on them. Yeah.
yeah, he like, according to the blurb, he crushes them for a very specific reason. So, like, if he doesn't want to crush them, he has to take them off. And if he takes the leeches off, that's a solid maybe.
So we're talking about the Leech King, which is a returned Swamp Fiend character. Costs 8, Enforcer Living, 5/6 on its defensive tracks, move 5, size 2, all nice, evasive's good. So the occasional... Well, no. Does Return have a little bit of black blood? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
got Atharak and the Cavern F. So yeah, they gave him evasive specifically because there's black blood in his keyword.
Yeah, fair. It's understandable. It's a good ability. 'Cause
Yeah, it's nice.
everyone
It's definitely
forgets
nice to
it's
have.
existing. I'll have what they're having. If this model would heal in excess of its maximum health, friendly model within 4 may heal an amount equal to the excess. That's nice. Plus regeneration, so a little bit of plink healing.
And then that regen, he can pass off and have that affect another returned model at this, like especially early turns for all their overheal stuff.
And ruthless.
And ruthless. And 9 wounds.
I think I'm okay with this defensive set because he's +1 on his health, but like no defensive ability.
Yeah. He's defense 5 and evasive. Hooray.
He's a shirtless dude covered in leeches, so he's probably slightly anemic. It's fine.
Well, they couldn't let him be too defensive because he's going to be in Swamp Fiend, and they don't do that.
No,
Yeah.
You have one defensive
surprised
model. Enjoy it.
generally surprised he doesn't have the stank. He looks like a stanky
Yeah,
boy.
he does not have the stank.
The hell, weird.
the leeches
So he's
keep him
got sharp-
clean.
He's got sharp claws, which I'm not singing. Honestly, just like he has really, really long fingernails,
Yeah, he's got long
think
fingies.
or maybe like he heads butts him.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think he like gores them with his mask horns.
Hat.
Yeah,
He looks like he's got long fingernails, though. Like, if you look at his hands, they be pointy.
that's fair.
But if you said which of his body parts was a 2, 3, 4 damage trick, I'd say the horns over the fingernails. But anyways, drink blood trigger, infested with leeches trigger as well, which is really good until the end phase. The target
nice.
cannot heal.
Turn off heals. That's nice to have.
Then blood magic, which is
This is the spicy part.
this is the spiciest part. If the target is at half its maximum health or below, this action ignores any negative to the damage flip. Target suffers 1, 2, 3, 5 damage. So always able to cheat it if they're at half wounds or more or less, I guess.
Yeah.
And built-in infect. Nice.
This model is
he
made for
move-
killing models with grit.
Yep.
Yep.
What? Why?
Because
Just because your grit's active.
Oh, okay,
Now I'm
right.
active.
Right. Fair. Got it.
You're thinking of Tony Grit, which is always on.
Yeah. No. Honestly, it was like a case of like, why is that affecting them if he didn't specify grit as active, which I guess I should have figured out. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
More drinking blood. Hemophilia. Either target suffers 2 damage or gains stun. It's probably going to gain stun because I think 2 damage on anything besides the weak is probably going to kill the
Yeah.
thing. Clue
Goes
of
up to a
clue of
357.
clue of leeches, which is unsigned. Need an 11 for it, but lets you summon a giant fucking leech. It's even easier to summon if you're targeting something at half wounds or less. Yay!
Yay!
Someone
Leeches.
Someone had to look up what a group of leeches was called.
And after they investigated that, they got a clue.
Yep, and it wasn't Kyle because he didn't use it as a pun on the card. Bloodletting.
He would have said, "Get a clue." Yeah.
The only bonus action and a condition on the target. Target suffers 1 irreducible damage, which is good in some cases.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Do we have anything to say about this guy? I can go on my rant of what my headcanon of him is. Okay, no one else has any thoughts?
The Steve rant?
The Steve rant. He was actually an accountant named Steve that constantly talked about, like, giving up on everything that sucked in his life and going off into the bayou and living with the bayou animals, and no one believed him. And finally he did it one day. So he goes out into the bayou, and he just sort of lives there, and he communes with
the leeches.
He communes with the only thing that would give him the fucking time of day, leeches. And so he just became like an annoying cryptid to everyone else that lived in the bayou. And his entire like backstory in the book is what he's written for himself.
It's his autobiography.
Yeah,
it's his OC.
And like both Returned and Swamp Peak were just put up with him because he's useful. But at the end of the day, it's still just Steve.
Steve from accounting.
So is like his lower half just all leeches, or is he like riding a wave of them? What do you think?
Ugh.
I think he's riding a wave of them. He's got kind of a Captain Morgan leg going on behind the card, it looks like.
Okay.
No,
that's
another
a basket.
You're right. Never mind. I don't know. Even odds then that it's a wave of leeches versus leech legs.
Everything under that skirt is just leeches.
I think it's legs, but
legs
I feel like,
covered in leeches.
Yeah, probably.
So my one thing is, I feel like blood magic. It's an okay name, but like they could have gone with handful of leeches, because you could possibly have him in Bayou and bring in Maw as well. Just snakes versus leeches, just throwing wormy animals everywhere.
Snakes versus leeches. That sounds like an amazing like D movie.
Mega leech versus mecha snake.
Yep.
Okay.
Speaking of mega leeches,
no, Victoria, we
didn't we already do this?
I know, but we got to do it at the
we
end.
already talked about this.
Yeah,
we got to do it at the end. Maybe you changed your mind after we talked about this card.
Did your opinion change in those 10 minutes?
It did not. It is still fully dependent on whether the leeches come off during
Or the
sex
leech
or
is
not.
involved.
Okay, let's talk the giant leech then.
The giant leech.
It's a minion. Cost 5. 5/4 defensive ability is with a move of 6. It slithers good. Another all have what they're having, which can pawn off. Health, sadly no. Oh, these are the stinky ones. Sadly no.
They have the stank.
No regen on that, but latch on, which is useful, and it's good because you're gonna like come out in base contact with something, right?
Yeah.
If you're being summoned.
Mm-hmm.
That's the idea.
Immediate use. Hey, they're basically just armless Deva, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Bloods suck.
And they have stealth.
And stuff.
And they're on
Sneaky
50
leech.
mils. I didn't
Super
realize
helpful
that.
for when you're coming out in base contact with an enemy. Stealth.
Yeah.
I don't.
No, it's good for when you hire one, but we'll get to that. We'll get to my stupid ideas.
Blood
Good.
suck. 2, 3, 4. It's stat 4. Range
But
0.
Latch on.
With latch on, they're at -1 defense. So
Yeah.
effectively stat
Well,
5.
it was more like icking the stat. Yeah, but that's fine. It just seems like you really, really don't. You just said something about hiring them, but it just feels like something you really don't want to hire.
It's okay. We'll get to that.
Okay. And body slam.
Mhm.
Also on stat. Well, no, that's
That one's
stat
5.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
Suffering 2 damage. Oh.
We'll get to that.
Fine. Oh my god. What? There was one. Oh,
Oh,
you
no.
can summon another giant leech. Oh no.
Oh
Yep.
no.
Into base contact, and then that leech suffers 2, but that's fine.
Uh-huh.
Needs an 11, but you know,
Unless it's at half
or 10 if they're
or below.
at less than half.
Uh-huh.
Which, in fairness, like
And-
the standard for summoning has usually been 4 plus cost.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's like 6 plus cost or 5 plus cost.
Yeah.
if you've worked towards it, which is like
And it's on a 5-stone minion.
The idea that a minion can fucking summon is...
Oh man, on a purple card, that'd be crazy if that happened.
And then a bonus action, sense weakness, target an enemy model with less health than its maximum health, move the model 3 inches towards target. Okay. What are you doing with this thing? Nate, go and tell us.
Alright. So we're playing Zoraida, right? We're playing Zoraida 2. And she's got that lovely swamp brew where she can add +1 to all your stats. That includes size. In Bayou, you can also give it a trench coat for another +1 size. It is now size 4.
Can't be
with +1 to all of its
and
stats.
can't be charged.
And can't be charged and has stealth. Worth hiring. Then, you also bring Alphonse. You're probably also bringing the Leech King just for fun. The Leech King is just going to bloodlet Alphonse for that first damage to give him fast. Alphonse also has a trench coat. He can also become size 5. Toss the giant leech forward. Hopefully they make contact with an enemy. So they're doing a duel off of that at -1 defense because now the leech is in base contact. Then the leech uses body slam, which is effectively is stat 6 versus their -1 defense to place into base contact and do 4 damage. And then their melee is stat 5 against their -1 defense.
Leech
That's it.
bowling. The hot new trend taking the Bayou by storm.
Is it good? No. Is it hilarious and I want to do it immediately?
But
Yes.
here's the thing. By your own admission, Zoraida's not a Bayou master.
Yeah, she doesn't count,
But
but
she can play in Bayou, because they haven't fully
Yes.
kicked her out yet.
Oh, that... cake and eating it.
exactly.
Victoria, are you getting freaky with the worm?
Pass.
Okay.
Fair.
What if we
You know what
put
I will
pool
say?
noodles on the
Reasonable
teeth?
answer.
card
No.
things.
Don't knock it until you've tried the Dune popcorn bucket. That's all I'm saying.
How am I supposed to use the Dune popcorn bucket? No, Douglas. Explain to me how I, a woman, am supposed to use the Dune popcorn bucket.
Woof.
Oh no! Oh boy.
Strap in, folks.
One more, we can do this.
That's
Eli was gonna say something about the
Hey,
card.
Eli was going to say something.
insightful, probably.
Yeah, super. Actually, no, but I think defensively, I think they'd be better off with slippery than with stealth.
Yeah, slippery would be nice.
Our
It
leech
would be
slippery.
thematic too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They live in water.
They're very slippery.
No,
Trying to
yeah,
pull those little
I was-
bastards
I
off.
was, I was, I was being
Ugh.
Oh.
Also,
My bad.
it makes me actually sick to my stomach to watch them move. I do not like leeches.
Oh yeah, it's very upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
They're awful creatures.
They're so cute. They just want to be your friend forever.
Have you just like pulled up onto a lake and seen a cloud of thousands of them just waiting for you to enter the water?
That's a clue.
A clued. Fine.
A clued.
I never have, no.
You don't want it.
It's awful.
There's a reason I don't go into lakes and rivers, and that is part of it.
Okay. The Syzygy sisters, which I think is probably a decent pronunciation.
That seems right.
I'm not sure where the word comes from. But yeah, these
On
ladies,
it.
Google says anything. Yep.
ladies are representatives of the two moons of Malifaux, Ilios and Delios. Ilios being tall lady, and Delios being little goblin lady.
Goblin Witch.
Yep. Cost 10, 666.
Syzygy,
willpower move.
a conjunction or opposition, especially of the moon with the sun.
Okay. Perfect.
That makes sense.
Size 3, I'm assuming because they're standing on a rock.
The one's just standing on the other shoulders.
That's because there's two of them. It's one is size 1 and one is size 2, so that's 3.
No.
That's Bayou math.
Okay, Entwined
No.
Destinies. At the start of this model's activation, discard all faces of the moon upgrades attached to it. Then this model may attach a face of the moon upgrade. Perfect form. At the start of this model's activation, it may choose an action printed on its stat card. Until the end of this model's activation, this action is treated as a bonus action. Actions on its stat card aren't terribly great. Regen 1, wounds equal to cost. So, getting a lot of work out of those upgrades.
Yeah, I think a lot of this card is on its upgrades.
For its
lure's still good.
For its built-in, it's got a lure. Yep, can definitely do a bonus action lure, which is not nothing. Stat 6. Target gains this model's choice of either focus or distracted. Also nice. Fallow Knight, once per activation, instead of dropping a shockwave marker. Excuse me. This action drops a ski marker centering the shockwave on that marker. Shockwave 2, willpower 12, damage 2. Friendly models may ignore the effects of the shockwave. So decent shockwave.
Yeah, and range scheme dropping, which Eli, how much of that is in Neverborn currently?
Very little.
Cool.
Other than like False Claim with Lucius.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else either.
I'm not thinking of anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Moon's Protection, range 6, stat 6, target number 12, enemy only, push all the friendly models within 1 inch of the target, 3 inches away from the target. Be a lot better if that was up to 3 inches. Anyways, then push this model up to 6 inches towards the target. This model take an attack action targeting the same model with the surge trigger. Okay, so really bad card without the upgrades.
Yeah, that is not a 10-stone card, but that's, all dependent on the upgrades.
Yep, and I will say maybe just put the upgrades at the end of each faction.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's on page 142.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. A Pale Light is our first phase of the moon. Upgrade gives combat finesse, mobile warrior, gives an extra trigger to the Fallow Knight shockwave
Remove
attack.
scheme markers.
Yep, remove scheme markers. And Pale Blade, so a big fucking sword. 3-4-5.
3-4-5 melee with good triggers.
Yep.
Mutilate and burst of speed. Love that.
Yep. And then the Dark Stone. Oh, Avoid Doom. Hooray. Treats black jokers as red jokers.
Bulletproof. Everyone's
No,
favorite defensive tech.
No, Avoid Doom is just flip a new card.
Oh.
Yeah.
Still good. Claimed by the Sea? For Fallow Knight?
Oh, the other one, the Pale Light removed non-ski markers. The Claim by the Sea removes ski markers.
Okay, there we go. And then an age unsigned willpower attack, 246 damage on Piercing Darkness.
With armor piercing.
With armor piercing and devastating strike. Okay.
Brutal. Yeah, now we're seeing a 10-stone model.
Yeah, now we're seeing a 10-stone model. Especially since, well, I guess you'd still need to pocket the suit you need for it, because they're not.
Yeah, they're an enforcer, so you gotta find it. You gotta find a good ram for it, but still worth it.
You possibly having 3 attacks plus extra movement shenanigans is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Yep.
Eli, what are your thoughts on this model?
It seems really good, but there's I feel like you have to know how to use it. I mean, that's with every model, but I feel like this one is going to have a higher skill floor to use properly.
Are you going to use it personally?
Do I play Malifaux anymore? I don't know. I mean, probably.
Okay, cool.
There's a lot that it can do. It's
a 10-stone package of options.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that
it can remove non-schemes, can remove schemes,
change what it's doing on a turn-by-turn basis makes it even more versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Especially when it can kind of pick what its bonus action is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
really
pretty
good.
Cool. I would, for me personally, in my occasional Neverborn playing, I would take this, especially in GG4, because, hey, look, Shockwave for a 6, and you're getting a scheme marker out of it. But also, because it's versatile, you can do a bunch of different things depending on which side of the upgrade it is. I think I take this anytime I would take the Rider, but need something slightly cheaper and less murdery, but still capable of dishing out damage when needed. If I need more of a toolbox than a Cuisinart, I bring this.
Yeah, if the main thing you were hiring the Rider for was mobile scheming and survivability, I think this model does that job for a stone cheaper.
Yeah.
The Rider still has his kit, obviously. He's still really good, but
no
I think this kit does something very unique, especially for Neverborn.
Okay, Victoria.
Smash.
Yeah, I'm in agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yes.
Yes.
Both.
They're both on the base.
They're both on the base.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify. I just wanted to confirm you weren't leaving one out.
No, absolutely not.
No, you get both in the package. Same with Trial and Error, Botch Anomaly, the fucking Tunnel Rats.
The Tunnel Rats.
The Tunnel Rats. Okay. And we're done.
We did it!
Yeah, we did it.
It only took us 3 hours again.
Yay!
Admittedly, there was
We're good at this.
There was a lot of fucking technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Technical
Ugh.
difficulties was...
I'm just glad we got through both of them in 3 hours
Yeah.
versus just the one as we were starting.
Okay, so ending remarks for the two factions that only one of us is familiar with one of them, really?
Why are the guild models so fucking sexy? Come on, Weird.
I'm upset.
Stop making the fascists
Stupid,
hot.
sexy fascist.
Well, except for Rodriguez.
Except the most fascist.
Except the most fascist.
And he's hot in his own way, just more burnily.
Uh-huh. He's gonna run you over with
He's-
his lifted Dodge Ram truck with a
Yep.
thin blue line stick.
See, just like Aaron, he's
Yeah.
just a little too old for me. So
Epred.
We're very political here.
hmm
Malifaux is
Really
very
political here.
Malifaux is very political. Like most games are, but like it wears it on its sleeve. So
Yeah.
But yeah, like anyone surprised by our political views hasn't been paying attention.
Mhm.
Like,
no,
As far
I don't feel like it's an extreme political view to say I don't like fascist. Like
it
that's
shouldn't
it
be.
really shouldn't be.
it really
It sure
should.
fucking shouldn't be.
I think it
Nazis
was
are bad. Shouldn't be like an extreme ideology, but you know.
Mhm.
I think it might have been me more associating large lifted trucks with pro police stickers to being
You're not wrong.
yeah, fair. And if this is the first thing you're listening to and you're disgusted by our politics, you don't want to listen to us. Go away.
As far as the models go, I think I just repeat what I've said a couple times. I like that both of these factions are getting things that do stuff they've been wanting for a while that play into the current GG and hopefully future more schemy GGs very well. They do more than hit stuff, which is very cool, and they are priced in ways that make you go, okay, I have to make a decision in how I'm building this crew when I'm considering it with everything else. Like, yeah, you can still build the crew to smash things, but in the current GG, does that win you the game? Or you don't smash as many things, but you have more interesting options, and I dig that a lot. And both of these factions, to a certain extent, had been, I'm going to smash in a particular way. Yeah. And now they have new toys to bring to their smashing abilities.
Involving toys is one way you can
Like
go about
leeches?
it. Yeah. Okay, round the table. I don't care what your reasoning is. Best and worst model of each faction.
Oh fuck! Hang on.
I'll give you time, Victoria. I thought I had an answer for Gil. Now I'm quite unsure. We'll just say the propagandist because I feel like I'm missing something on this, and it's actually going to be super duper good. As far as worsts, trying to decide on, I'll just go political. Fucking Director Rodriguez. Fuck that guy. For Neverborn, fuck the tree. Not figuratively. Not literally.
Yeah.
I don't like the tree. Tree bad. And, I like the sisters. I like the mechanic of just switching around the upgrade to figure out to change up how you're playing. I also like the little bit of lore behind him, the occasional reminder that Malifaux has 2 moons is always kind of neat little bit of lore fluff. So we'll go with the
occasional
sisters.
constant reminder.
I'm sorry,
Neither
Eli.
figuratively nor literally.
If you keep this up, I'm going to quit and I'm going to make you run the podcast.
I mean,
Oh dear.
Yeah.
There's easier ways to make the podcast fail. Like you could just.
I can hear the opening of the
Just
next
stop
episode
doing it.
already. Welcome back to Steam-Powered Orgy Golem.
All right. Nate, what are your
Me!
best and worst?
Best for guild is Avel and Domingo. They're married, so I get to choose them as one. Worst.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Separate them? You fucking
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah. As far as worst, I'd say just the one I'm least interested in is probably the Ashbringer. Like, it seems fine, but it's not really blowing my mind. And then for Neverborn, Athana really intrigues me, like, as a model. Like, she seems incredible, and I'm excited to see what that model looks like. And I'm gonna say the Delirious Thralls for the ones I don't like, because make brain hurt thinking about how misdirection's supposed to work.
Make brain hurt. Okay, Eli.
For guild, I don't know about best, but I think Commander Burra is probably the one I would end up hiring more often than any other. And then
You think about that from like a Lucius point of view?
Lucius and I do have
Justice.
Yeah, Lady J.
Yeah.
I think she'd be good in both of them. Worst? I don't know. I would probably agree with the Ashbringer. Like, even as a Lady J person, it's a bit like there's better stuff.
It's a bit Sonya coded.
Yeah. As far as Neverborn, best is gonna be either Ithana or the sisters. Ithana is like for sure good. Like, you look at it and you're like, no, this is gonna be really good. The sisters is like, it's still a question. Like, it depends on how you use it, and I could see using them like very poorly and being like, oh man, I got nothing out of those 10 stones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And worst.
Yes, kill your babies.
I'm gonna go with Delirious Thrall because I don't think, like, everyone's gonna see misdirection and gonna be like, it's gonna be crazy, and then they're gonna like do things to get rid of the model, like say use not defense attacks, and they're just gonna die very quickly because people are gonna be like, I know that can be a problem, so I'll remove it, and it won't be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those like it's cool and unique, and that now people know about it, they won't let it happen.
Victoria.
For guild, objectively, the best is husbands. I'm not separating them.
Yeah.
They're one
illegal.
model as far as I'm concerned.
Sorry, husband and jusband.
Husband and husband.
I now pronounce you husband and jusband.
I feel like Francisco is officiating, and he said that.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Who's the worst?
The worst is D-Rod.
Ah.
Like,
Awful. I love him for his awfulness.
Yeah, he'll fit in well with Witch Hunter for that reason.
You also really liked Little Justin because he's cartoonishly evil.
Yeah.
So...
Yep. Exactly.
God. Best in Neverborn. I think Ithana looks really, really cool. I like her a lot. But I'm also, like, weirdly intrigued by the carnivorous Weirdwood.
Yes, the tree.
Worst, just because I don't like it and it freaks me out, is going to be Crookskins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Victoria likes leeches. It's nice
I
to
do
know.
not. Shut up.
Roman.
All right. For guild, it's either Burra or Bracer for me, and honestly, I think they're another package deal. Maybe they're roommates. I don't know.
Well, they're definitely roommates.
And then least for me is not because it's bad, but because I think it's going to take a decent amount of wind-up for them to really shine, is the Battering Ram.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the more I'm looking at it for the Ashbringer, which was the other one I was looking at, here's what I think they do in Martial. And really they can do this in either keyword. Their ranged attack doesn't do damage. It just gives out burning, and it's the same range as their I take burning off of you to heal. So they go, hey, Martials, I have purifying healing fire for you. I can help you stay up longer. And I think that gives them enough of an identity there that they work. It's weird and sideways compared to other themes, but that clicked for me like while Eli was talking, and I was like, oh, okay.
But for basically that price point, you could just bring the doofy dude.
The Guild Mage?
Governor's...
the
Governor's... Formerly Governor's Proxy, yeah. Now, Stewie, the Steward. Guild Steward.
Okay, yeah.
Volkov.
So, difference there. You flip for that heal. You have to flip 1, 2, 3. This is, I need a 5, and I get to heal 3. There's no flip for...
After you've also used an action to put burning on them.
Yeah, and you need the tome to get to burning 3.
Would it be thematic for the Guild Steward to yell out, get arsoned, losers?
I mean, it is a foul mouth motivation. I don't know if it would be, it would make sense given he doesn't do fire, but... Get arsoned, losers.
I like that. That makes a lot more sense to it. Yeah, okay, they don't seem like it's bad. One thing I did want to point out before we give you your thoughts on Neverborn when we close this out, we pointed out that like, oh, it's kind of cool battering a ram through terrain and stuff. That's why they ignore it. Mm-hmm. But we never pointed out the fact that they apparently turn around and fix the hole in the wall they just made.
Yeah,
yeah. Like, nothing else can go through the hole.
I mean, that's how bulldozers work too. It's weird.
Just hold on. Property damage is not my MO. I don't want to be in the dick here. Give me a second.
All right, so Neverborn. The more I look at them, I really like Crookskins. I think that gives... I've been wanting to throw Lucius on the table for a while, and the more I look at them, I'm like, I think they give him just enough of a cheap, tougher model that I want to try that out. Worst... I think it's going to be the Thrall just because that misdirection, unless I'm missing a rule somewhere, that misdirection is going to cause a lot of arguments. So hopefully that gets FAQ'd quickly. I think either way it works, it's still going to be good in one way or another. The question is just how much and in what way. Like,
I think it solidly has a place as a summon.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
A summon or a candy protector. Or both. Also...
always protect your candy.
Yeah. Also, honorable mention, trenchcoat leeches.
Trenchcoat leeches! Let's go!
Trenchcoat leeches.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Okay, so that's been the Guild and Neverborn from us. Tune in next time where we talk about the Outcasts and the Bayou.
Yeah!
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna get to Bayou much earlier than the actual models come out.
Oh, no.
If I'm not here for this, just need everyone to know that V is a smash. That's all.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I need to know this from you, Eli.
Yeah.
What about hopscotch?
Hopscotch?
Hopscotch is a frog.
That's a bit too is an animal for me.
Okay. What about Hoochtini?
Again.
No, Hoochtini's the gremlin.
Hoochtini's the person.
Yeah, he's the gremlin.
Sure, he seems like fun.
Okay, cool.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Good,
okay.
We haven't completely lost him.
Alright, we can call it night now, it's late. But thank you guys for listening. Thank you, other hosts, for talking. Yeah, as we always say, fun is always king. Enjoy your new shit. And we're happy done with the book. Yay us. Okay, goodbye. Night.
Alright, bye.
Night.
Songs used in this production are Villainous Treachery and 5-Card Shuffle. All music is created by Kevin MacLeod and is licensed under Creative Commons.